right.
Welcome to tonight's Dungeons and Dragons. I will be your dungeon master. As always, doesn't matter if you live or die. It's all by the dice, right?
Guess I'll die.
Last we left off, you guys were in a tavern with Seymour pouring drinks all so flowy. Creed drinking like it's his birthday, because it was. And you all getting information dump about giant red creatures, we'll say, outside the outskirts of town, chucking giant rocks and trying to destroy the defense and either break their way in or something to that effect. Lord Manure showed up and took charge of the company, and around that time is when these creatures started to appear and chucked rocks to crumble at least one part of the gate that you've seen. Other than that, I think that's where we left off, is you guys in the tavern drinking away. What would you guys like to do?
Not get involved, but that's probably not an option.
I mean, that is an option. That is completely an option.
Not with this group.
I didn't say.
Well, if we're going to see the king anyway, it might be useful to tell him that we were able to take care of a threat at his southern border.
We seem
More favor.
right in on the fame.
Maybe
Not
get
against it.
some kind of bounty for the ogres or whatever there.
That's I think what we were trying to determine, wasn't if it was they were worth something or not.
Yeah. I mean, we can
We were trying to do that with the Hydra head too, because I saw the Hydra head.
ask Manure. Manure? Whatever.
Right, you were told that you can go and see, because he probably has a quest.
Yeah. So we can go and talk to.
And I think, if I remember correctly, you said you nominated Swage to go and talk to him, right?
Yeah, because I didn't want to talk to him.
Right.
Yeah. Because he was creepily hitting on me.
I think I remember Bond saying he'd do it.
Did you remember that?
Yeah, see, he did.
Perfect.
Was I supposed to do something?
So I sit there and I told Pele, I said that she had asked Swage to go talk to Lord Manure because she didn't want to do it because he was flirting with her last time. And then I said, oh, but Bond was drunk and he said that he would do it.
Perfect response then. Did I say I'd do that?
Then right, that's why we were like, perfect.
Well, Drunk Bun said he would do that, so give me a shot.
You did not say that last time, but I was fucking weird.
Where does he? Like, what time of night is it? It's like night, right? Like.
Oh yeah, you're probably like
So
early
we'll ask Creed
1
where he
a.m.
lives or where his office will be in the morning. Because we were planning to leave in the morning. We didn't have any reason to stay here longer.
His office is Upper Ward, I believe.
Which is on this is the Blackwood, right? Is the upper ward. Like
No,
the richer folk.
Blackwood is where the richer and the officers and stuff live. But Lord Manure's manor, yes, is also in there as well.
Okay, we'll get directions from Creed as best we can.
Okay.
Didn't Creed tell us that the upper ward was completely off limits, or somebody told us?
Yes, the upper ward is because that's where the training and
The gray is like the training practice field.
that's like the main housing barracks for all the enlisted that are there. State secrets.
Base.
Shush.
Sounds like they don't do a
their-
good job
it's
anyway.
their base,
They got
their
people
post.
knocking down their walls. I'm just saying.
So, Sway,
Right?
while we're drinking,
Not easy for
do you know what explosive gel is? I don't talk about this in front of Creed. Like somewhere off to the side.
Explosive gel.
Have you ever heard of explosive gel?
I might even have some. No, maybe not.
Well, I got a box of it.
A box.
Crate.
Yeah, great.
You've been carrying this around this whole time.
No, I just got it yesterday. Today, this morning. They left it sitting around. They weren't paying attention.
In this town, we've got explosive gel.
It fell off the back of a truck.
No, it would have gone boom then.
Is it in a container, just like a loose box of explosive gel?
I didn't open it up because it's explosive gel. But I got it with you in mind. Just thought you might You might be able to do something with that. Me, I just throw it at something at some point. Then see what happens.
How tall you said the walls are in this place? And the walled city? Like
They're like
100 foot tall?
here. It's like 30s, 40s or something. Or
Yeah, it was like
60s.
40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty tall.
No baby.
They have like battlements and stuff up on the wall?
Like, do they have room for siegecraft and stuff like that up on the wall? Or?
Not like catapults or anything, but they do have mounted ballistas. But they're normally like kind of way far spaced apart, and they actually had to make the room for them to be mounted, and they look like they're permanent fixtures.
Well, I already have some ideas, but maybe we can talk about that tomorrow.
That was just,
Yeah.
just want you to know how to get your mind grooving
Right
back
there with you.
It's safely stored away. I think.
Didn't Greed pass out at this point?
Greed, you awake?
Huh? I guarantee you that in a year's time. Oh, that it's worse coming back up the second time.
Over.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to pat him on the back.
Oh, I appreciate. Who did that?
That was
You
a
guys
ghost.
No.
We don't talk about the occult here. That'll get you in trouble.
By who?
By everyone.
You can't. Oh,
You haven't heard the rumors?
no.
Oh.
I'm just back here, Greed.
So, from what we can tell, there's a group running around that is raising whole villages of dead and then gathering them in some place. They rise up in the evening and then disappear. They don't attack anybody, they just rise up and then disappear. Whole towns of cemeteries just gone. At first they thought it was a hoax or a joke or something. But I mean, who would spend that much time digging up, like 300 or 400 bodies? It's kind of creepy, actually.
Has anyone reported any green mist or anything?
Yeah, we've gotten reports up closer, further up north of green mist, but haven't seen any myself.
Okay.
That would probably take
Where?
10 of me, maybe 20 of me to raise a cemetery that big. I could do 3 a day.
Where was the
3
closest?
what a day?
3 cemeteries.
Nothing.
Where was the closest town that this happened at?
Of the villages of
The cemeteries being raised?
oh
Raised?
raised.
Grazed?
Nice. So one of them was Townley.
A town named Townley?
Townley.
It was the epitome of a town.
Another one was West Bank Village. And would you guess where that's located?
On the East Bank.
Actually, no, it's the West Bank.
That was gonna be a trick.
Tall guys being called shorty.
Yeah.
And then Devon? I don't know. Hollow.
Was that 2 words?
Yes. No. Yes. 2 words. As he's holding up 3 fingers.
I'm gonna reach over and put one down.
Which one?
It doesn't matter.
No, that's 4. Hold on. There we go.
Okay, that's better.
Why are there 2 bunnies?
The better to serve you. More bunnies.
It's
You're
contagious.
funny.
Oh no! And then
I'm
I let
sure
this
you've
guy
heard
self
about
and
how
I turn
quickly
into
we
a
multiply.
As he sits there and he goes to try to boop your nose and
Just tolerate it the whole
Creep.
time. Yeah, that's nice. Right. Yeah,
Do you
that's
need us to like walk you back to your place or anything?
I think I could probably make it. Not a problem. As he stands up.
So do we ruin his night? Do you want to give him a hangover cure? Or?
He does like a military about face and kind of like spins on his heels for like 2 cycles and then stops, takes 1 step forward and on the ground.
I think we should.
Can I try to catch him?
You can.
Was
Does
that
make a reflex check?
dex save or something?
Yeah, and I think most of you weren't intoxicated last time.
No.
I passed one check and I failed the other, so I'm getting
Slightly
there.
intoxicated.
I think I
Yeah.
failed the first one and then passed the second one.
Yeah.
I was making sure I wasn't.
I recovered
18.
midway through that
18,
second
yeah,
one.
you're able to kind of catch him before, but
Not
like
particularly resistant.
he's
to
a little
the
bit
pressure.
heavier than you thought because dead weight is always, and he almost takes you down with him, but you're able to stop him before he hits the floor.
Yeah, as I catch him, I'll cast Lesser Restoration. See if I can get rid of his stupor.
Okay. After a few seconds, he kind of comes to. Oh, what happened?
No?
Gone.
We were celebrating your party.
Oh man,
You got up, said you were ready to go to bed. I
how come
think.
I don't feel drunk? I don't have a headache.
'Cause it's
What
your
time is
birthday.
it?
Late.
Because
Early?
when you blew on
Time
the
is a flat
candles,
circle.
that's what you wish for.
Okay.
We can't lie anymore. That's what you wish for.
That's what he wished for. No more lying.
All right. Well,
Do you expect the threat to return anytime? Like, do they come on a schedule?
schedule. Oh,
He said something about they were coming like
it normally
every
comes-
4 days or something.
Yeah, it's like every couple
Yeah.
of days, every 3 or 4 days.
How many-
Normally show
But it
up.
wasn't like clockwork.
How many days has it been so far since the last attack?
So look at the sign above the
2,
bar.
I think he said. It was like a couple of days before the next one.
that's
I remember,
right. Yeah.
I remember we had that conversation.
Like I think we had like 1 day in between, like a day of them possibly coming.
So theoretically, we're supposed to be here within the next 1 to 3 days from the schedule he said they kept.
Yep.
What if we set up some kind of ambush to take out whatever one show up and then find out where they're coming from?
I like this plan a lot.
Yeah.
Dig some big holes for them to fall into.
I think we still have that scroll of hallucinatory terrain.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, that seems like you guys have a plan of action. I'm gonna.
Yeah, it took us like 10 seconds. What have you guys been doing this whole time?
They don't have a scroll of hallucination.
They have an army, though.
I point in reference.
Also, they have a manure.
They have an army
Yeah.
behind a wall.
I guess that's what happens when you're the guy in charge. Last name is shit.
Captain.
Captain Outhouse. Lord Latrine.
Lord Latrine.
I like the alliteration.
Yeah.
Captain Crapper.
Gross. Sorry. Somebody that I've been asking for things to be done,
Did them?
they did them.
What?
I just got an email for it, and I was like,
How does that work?
it's not the OM that I was complaining about,
I
though.
just have to do things myself if I want them done.
Yeah,
Oh, that doesn't work that way for me. I'm too lazy.
I'm not allowed
That's
to.
all
Like
they
my
Yeah,
work.
if somebody
They do this.
if somebody else isn't gonna do it, it's not getting done.
I got my retirement date set, so I don't really give a fuck.
Nice.
You're a short timer now. Huh?
December of 2024. This is my last one.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Countdown begins.
That's less than a year.
They were trying to. One of my officers, or one of my coworkers, was trying to bitch at me this morning because I get in at 6, so I was running a little bit late. I was only like 5 minutes behind. I get in, and she's like, "Where were you this morning?" And I'm like, "And why is this a issue for you? Like, I'm 5-10 minutes late. It doesn't fucking matter."
I'm starving.
She's like, "Well, no, you need to be here." And I'm like, "Okay." And she's like, "And why aren't you in uniform?" And I'm like, "Because fucking nobody's here. Nobody gets in. Nobody comes into our office until 7. Because our shop doesn't technically open until 7, but we have people there at 6 to kind of like start getting shit started and prepped." And she's like, she doesn't fucking understand that. She just thinks that you're there to fucking start working with members. And I'm like, that's not how it fucking works. she's like, well, Master Chief says, and I'm like, well, then Master Chief can fucking come and tell me.
I figured he'd be too busy fighting the Covenant.
So
You haven't said it to me.
right? So then she went and tattletailed the
It took
Master
me a
Chief.
second.
She went to go tattletale to Master Chief about it, and Master Chief's like, well, he sits there and he's like, because I wasn't there, but one of the guys behind her was, and she was like, can you believe it? Freaking Cox and so-and-so, they don't wear their uniforms in the morning, and he's just like, well, why is that your problem?
Man, I hate tattletales. Those are the worst.
So then she came up to me and she was like trying to be all like friendly and buddy, and I was just like, it's like, what the fuck do you want? She's just like, are you mad at me? And I'm like,
Ew.
I'm not mad at you. I just think that you
I hate
fucking
that.
have
No,
a fucking
I'm not 8 years
have
old.
a fucking
Okay.
problem.
God.
Listen, so I
And
okay.
then she also takes credit for other people's fucking work, and I'm like, I'm fucking over it.
I used to work at
Hate
this
those people.
group home, and they
don't even know
they
her.
hired this lady to come, like she was a new employee, and one of the things we're supposed to do is you're supposed to put the spoon in the hand of the developmentally disabled like clients we took care of, and then help them like scoop the food onto their plates. But that takes forever, and we have like all kinds of other goals we're supposed to do. We have to clean and do laundry and stuff, so we would just get their plates ready for them. Well, she went and told on us one time, and got us in trouble for doing it. And so after that, we made sure that the whole time for like a week we made sure we did everything 100% right. So she ended up being like not getting out of there for like an hour or two until she was supposed to be off. And finally she's like, guys, please stop. And I'm like, okay, like this is what you wanted, right? Like
Well, so
you wanted us to
that's
follow
what
the
I told her.
rules.
I said, look, if you really want to be that fucking nitpicky, I said, I can be nitpicky too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you don't understand. I've been in longer than you have. I said, I know the rules. I said, and if you really want to be nitpicky, every time you're fucking late, every time you don't call in, every time fucking something doesn't happen the correct way, I said, you will see me, and I will be there to be like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? What's going on? Choi, do you need help? Do you need me to like talk to you and we can have a discussion about this? Because it seems like this is a reoccurring thing. And she's just like, you don't have to be so mean. And I was just like, I'm not being fucking mean. I'm like, again, I don't know why you give two shits about the little stuff. Worry about the big shit. Because that's all that fucking matters at the end of the day. I said, you want to know why I get away with not wearing my uniform until 6:20? It's because people fucking don't like me. They don't like you. That's why they tell you, when you're here, put your fucking uniform on.
There's a guy that I work with now who's like that. Like, so when I close, I'm allowed to come in and like start cleaning up right away.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever he tries to do that, they always give him shit. And you're not supposed to do that, but they like me.
Right.
And he's like, well, why are you always allowed to come in and start cleaning right away? Because I kept my mouth shut and didn't complain about everybody else the first day I started working. Like, I just came in and started doing it.
And she's one of those fucking, like, gotta put her fingers in every single fucking pie.
Ew.
I'm like, oh my god, dude, just fucking go. Like, she comes over to me and she asks me to do stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get it done. And then she's like, well, why isn't it done, Cox? And I'm like, because it's on the bottom of my fucking list. She's like, well, I asked you. I was like, I get that. But I got a Master Chief who's fucking asking me to do his travel claim right now. Am I gonna do your stuff or his? Oh, well, that's all you had to say is that you had, something else to do. I said I did, and you fucking didn't listen. You'd still handed it to me. And it's not like it's not gonna get done. I said, let me do my shit. She's like, oh. And she also knows now to pretty much just leave me the fuck alone. Like, when she starts, I just throw it back in her face now. Everybody else is afraid of her in the office. Like, they don't want to work with her. They can't stand working with her. And they're like, how can you tolerate her? I said, because I poke her now. Like, I go out of my way to, like, piss her off. And if I don't piss her off at least once a day, I don't feel like I accomplished my goal. Like, it's pretty fucking bad. I go out of my way. Like literally I find anything. Like, the other day, she'd sit there and she was talking to this chief that we had technically TDY with us. And he's just helping out by scanning records for us. And she's like, hey, Chief, can you help put this drawer in alphabetical order? And he's like, yeah, not a problem. Alphabetical order. Everybody knows you fucking ABCs, right? So it's not like he's a fucking idiot. He's like 60-something years old. I think he knows his fucking alphabet. And she's like, oh, and I want you to do it like this. And she's like explaining to him breakdown by breakdown how to fucking do it. And he's like, well, at least you're not a control freak, right? And I turned around, without even skipping a beat. I was like, man, he's only been here 3 days and he knows you better than half the people in the office. She was just like, she just stopped and looked at him and looked at me, but she couldn't see me because I was behind my desk. And she just like glared, and he's like, Cox, stop. He's like, if looks could kill, brother. If looks could kill. I was like, what? He's like, she fucking asked for it. Like, sorry. Anyways, off track. That's why I play D&D on Fridays. Kill some shit. All right.
Make
No, you don't.
No, give us shit to kill.
Oh, to watch some shit die.
You play a guest character.
her an NPC that we can kill.
Bring Owen back.
No.
So wait, you're not doing that spell right. You die.
Oh, you're out of counter spells? Oh.
All these dice you can't see keep rolling 20.
Really? I just...
Is that a Crown Royal bag?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a lot of that. I work at a bar. I got a lot of these.
Speaking of
Nice.
Crown Royal,
So every time I go to find a bag, I just go, I've got a stack of these.
Nice.
Tradition.
Still trusting him, huh?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say something about that. Like, you keep going back.
It'd been like what 3 or 4 weeks, and I was like,
Have your nails always been that
Here
long?
it is.
so who wants the
Oh,
party?
the other one's a 20.
Oh, I love sake.
I love sake.
Yeah, I like
Wow.
that. Bless
I mean, if you guys want, you guys are more than welcome. I'll leave it right here for you guys.
Hint, hint.
I just don't remember them ever being that long. I don't really pay attention to people's fingernails either, though. So.
All right. Oh, that's right. I was gonna.
I don't remember when I got those done. It was before I left to my dad's.
Also, I haven't. Yeah, so I haven't seen them that long before.
Go. Go potty.
I like the matte black. That's
Go.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen
Thank
that
you.
before.
Brazil, go.
Yeah, I took Alyssa, and it was the first time she'd like gotten her nails done in a long time, and, like a long time. So I was like, and I love getting my nails done.
Me too.
Yeah, I was like, we can go together.
Hey, I'm Manny Petty.
I want to get a pedicure like really bad.
I want to go to one of those places where they get the fish to eat this.
Oh, that's the
hog
best.
It's the best.
That is the best.
If I went, you remember that scene in Dumb and Dumber? That's what would be. That'd be me. They'd have to get like the angle grinder out. And
All right. So.
So we let Creed go home.
Creed's gonna skedaddle. And not interpret what you said as rude or disrespectful at all, because he's a nice guy and it's his birthday.
That's not the last time I'm gonna say something rude or disrespectful. I'm sure.
Maybe the last time you said that a lot. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so Creed leaves, and then so it's just us. So I guess tomorrow we can go just kind of like look around. This honestly like this town
Go
kind of
talk to
blows.
Outhouse.
Well, I was thinking if we were gonna try to ambush this stuff that's attacking the city, it might be a good idea to go and talk to whoever's in charge to see if we can get some help. Because I don't think we're gonna be able to dig big enough holes by ourselves.
I mean, yeah. I don't want to talk to him.
There might be
Take
other
a bunch of
options.
chain and tie up some like trip lines and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
They won't be able
yeah.
to see if
We
we.
can do all kinds of things.
Do like
We just gotta
Star
get out
Wars AT-AT wrap their legs up?
Yeah.
Go off on them.
I don't know what those are, but yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
You've seen Star Wars, right?
yeah, no, but Pele doesn't.
Oh, okay.
um,
That was a weird, some kind of weird
It's a weird
interdimensional
name for ogre.
memory
That-
leaked
that
into my
really-
brain.
Psychic
I
wind.
forgot. It's gone now. I just know what the
Raw
words are. I don't remember the context anymore.
he said at.
The type of ogre. There's this classic legend of a halfling fight against the ogres.
All right, so who's gonna go talk to Manure? All right,
What are
no
we-
one like volunteer.
What kind of information
I mean-
are we giving or getting?
I can go, but if I go, I'll probably.
I was only gonna
You probably what?
nothing.
I'll probably
Unless it
look
had to
like
do
you,
with
just to see what he
the
does.
city being attacked.
That's
I wasn't
fair.
gonna bring anything else up.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's a fantastic idea. So go looking like me and just like let them know that we're here to support and the dwarf, the dwarf, opposite of dwarf, giant issue, and
It's like one of those like ironic names.
yeah, smalls, tiny.
Red dwarf
Slim.
star.
And that we have this plan where we could we just need some support to get these traps built, and if he can lend us some men to help support that, and who wants to go with him?
I'll go.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. All right, cool. Then Bon, you and I can just kind of go and look around the grounds where the giants have attacked.
That's a good idea.
Thanks.
Cool. All right, we got a plan. I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, you're all going to bed, are we? All right.
Has he been listening this whole time?
Has he been Irish this whole time?
I remember him being Irish or Scottish.
Yeah, I think he was. I was surprised that I recognized the voice. I was like, oh yeah.
Yes, bed. Yeah,
You know what good old Seymour says?
I don't.
You see more, or you see less. But you won't see me no more.
Like forever?
No, just until morning.
And you choose to say that.
Always.
Didn't know if there was a curse involved. Yeah, we already have our room, so.
But that's only if you knock the walls 3 times and spin like a top.
It's been like a
I
what?
don't do that.
A top.
What's the top?
Child's toy.
Ah,
Spinner.
so, see, he does.
Grab a coin and.
But that's a coin.
Yep, and as you're looking at
Hey,
it, right? A few seconds later, the coin's gone.
I mean, that's fair.
I can afford to lose the coin.
Oh shit, yeah.
Boy.
I looked down at how much money I had, and I was like,
Oh shit.
yeah.
Bond's like, I got 5 gold coins. I'm fucking rich.
Beer drinking money. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head up to bed.
Sure.
Yep. We all crash.
All right.
The doors all have locks on them and stuff.
Make an investigation check.
Oh,
It's gonna go great.
Seymour, is there a bath? A place to bathe?
I already did baths.
You don't see him anymore. He told
I
me.
know the red dudes don't have one because I have it in my notes that they
Do
smell
you
like
go back
shit.
downstairs to go and find him?
Yeah, I'm like,
You go back
I go
downstairs.
look. Is there a bath up there? Is there a tub? Something like that?
Yeah, there's a shower, remember? There's a shower.
Oh yeah, it has like motion sensors. You wave your hand fast for hot, slow for cold.
oh yeah. Okay, but yeah, I did go downstairs.
Yeah, as you go downstairs, everything is shut off. The tables are clean, and everything has been turned down for the night.
And he works fast.
I rolled a 6 on my investigation, so I'm probably still looking at the door.
It's like,
Swage is like taking
I
a
know it's got a
long,
number
hard
on
look.
it. Is this my door?
It takes you a few moments, and you
It's one of those
realize
weird doorknobs where you have to like push and
you
turn it to
realize
lock it.
The child safety lock.
that you were given a key, like an actual key, so the door does lock with a key.
Good to know.
hey guys, Seymour is a magician because he places magician. Megan, you're a sorcerer. Or Pele, you're a sorcerer. I've had too much
He's
drink.
impressive.
Apparently,
What a
no more
waste.
water from that one.
He's like a magician. It's impressive. Yes.
But he completely downstairs completely clean and turned off, and he's gone.
You're a wizard.
He's got
Harry.
mass
You're a wizard.
prestidigitation.
So
Prestidigitation.
was it just one shower?
No, it's you had 2.
Oh, okay. Well, I clean one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
No awkward group showers thing?
No.
I mean, if you guys want a group shower, you guys
It's
are
like
welcome to, but not
it's
me.
like Starship Troopers.
Well, I'm waiting for the showers to be done so I can take a turn. I'm gonna use Artisan's Blessing and take out a couple silver pieces
Okay.
and make a copy of the key to my room.
Okay.
I'm not sure why yet, but I'm doing that.
Because you can.
Yep.
All right. Anything else anybody else wants to do besides shower?
No, I don't shower at night. I don't shower in the morning, but
I
I
still
go
have my
and
like special soap too.
after I lock the door and I'm on this side, attempt to tinker with the lock so that other people cannot unlock it even if they have a key. I don't want to break it. It just kind of
Okay, make me a cool check.
jam a bit.
Does the door open into the room or out?
Opens in.
Okay. Once I'm in, I'm just gonna shove the bed up against the door and fall asleep on the bed.
14.
Yeah. It takes you a few moments, but you're able to rig it so
Jimmy
that,
it a little bit.
that your key doesn't really fit in there correctly. It doesn't come.
Yeah. But it's something
It's something you can.
I don't want to
you
break
can-
it. It's something.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
something you
fix.
can unfix, or you can unfuck up.
See, what I do is I take a little small bag of coins and I set it on the door handle, so if anybody opens the door, it falls off and makes a sound. It's a good plan.
I figure that's
I'll
just
put
too easy to
contact
get
cords
around.
and stuff.
If I got my giant
Oh, God.
ass body right in front of that door, you're not gonna be able to.
Poor maid.
That's fair.
Okay.
Lean Molotov the battering ram up against the door too.
Okay.
After I take a shower and go back to the room. And then I'll go with that.
After I finish my shower, not even thinking anything malicious, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Pele's getting kidnapped.
I was like, Pele's not gonna be like she's not seeing you guys do it, so she's not thinking like, oh, I should put a chair up against the door or anything, because we didn't have any issues in the previous.
Yeah, they
town,
stole
so
my
she's
hand.
like,
They stole my
We
hand.
haven't stayed
oh,
at that
yeah,
many
that's
inns.
right.
Oh, I don't lock my door. I just put the coins on.
You want somebody to come in.
If someone's
I lock
coming
my
in,
door,
they're coming
that's
in.
it.
I'd
They
rather-
come in, and he's
Yeah.
still awake in the dark.
Don't break my
corner.
window.
Yeah.
Just come
yeah,
on in.
right?
He's not like I'm going to
just
bed
don't break
by
my
He's
window.
like-
If-
anything.
If
I'm
they
just-
want
I
in,
just
they're
go to
getting
bed.
in.
He's like inviting somebody to come
What's the
in.
door
And
gonna
once they're
do?
in far enough, he's gonna shut the door. And then the only thing you can see is when he smiles.
I stopped sleeping in my armor, but I do
They
sleep
hear
with
the-
my sword.
They hear the door click.
Alright.
Hello?
I do lock my
Hello.
door, but that's it. And then I go to bed.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, you all sleep restfully.
Restfully.
Restfully. As you guys awake the next morning, you guys can smell. It smells like butterscotch and like almost like not a burnt syrupy or sweet smell, but more like a chestnut type of smell that permeates the floorboards underneath. What would you guys like to do?
Go grab a shower.
I'm gonna wash my face and gather my things and then go downstairs. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna go up to Swage's and Swage's door and Kaz's door and just like and then go downstairs.
Okay.
Not even say anything.
I'm up early doing my prayers and getting
I
up and
interrupt
shit
his
ready,
You just hear and
That's
then
scary.
pitter patter down the stairs.
That scares me, and I fall out of bed.
I like hearing.
I do a call back to the
Oh.
wall on the floor.
And then you can hear me dragging the bed across the floor, like in Men in Black when he's dragging the table.
Alright.
Yeah, go down, eat breakfast.
Alright. As you go down, you don't see Seymour, but what you do see is a younger, almost looks like a boy. But his face is a little harder than that of a child. As you come down, he's wearing a almost like beanie hat, kind of pointed a little bit. As he comes down, you can kind of see stubble, just a little bit, not a lot, around his chops area. As you guys come down, you guys must be the new guests. How's it going?
Ah, good.
Good morning.
Morning. Yeah,
Morning, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Breakfast
I
ready?
could be wrong though, but I only work the morning shift, so.
Oh, that's fair. So yes, so morning.
Yep. By the
You're
way,
here. It's morning.
name's Norm.
Norm.
Yep.
Hi, Norm. Pele.
Pele, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. What can I get for you?
Breakfast, hopefully.
Alright, we got scotch, we got dragon juice, we got, as he's like pointing towards the liquors.
So there's no food.
Oh no, there's we got pretzels and peanuts.
What does this saccharine sweet smell that I came down here for?
Oh, that's Seymour. He's cooking up some concoction or something going on. Yeah.
Like a new drink?
Yeah, we could say that. That sounds about
Potion?
right.
Remember you had magic brews and beer that did things for people?
Yeah.
She's got diarrhea.
Cha cha cha.
No, you don't.
You don't have diarrhea.
You
I don't want to. Do I get to go outside if I get it?
Hot snakes.
So is there a place to get food in the morning?
Oh yeah, there's a little cafe down the street.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm
Have a
going.
good day and I head toward the cafe.
Yeah, good morning. See you later, Norm.
Later, you guys sure you don't want something for breakfast?
Food.
I
Solid
mean, you know,
food.
we also do have canteens for mid-breakfast.
What's in it? What's in the canteen?
Well, it depends on what you want. You want whiskey?
Hey, start talking now. See you later!
Whiskey,
Has whiskey, it's called a flask.
I mean, I will take a canteen of whiskey.
Canteen of whiskey. All right, you're my guy. As he sits there and you see him, he pulls out. He kind of looks at you for a second. And he's just like, and he just opens up one of the like side doors and he pulls out this canteen. This canteen's about yay big by yay big. Looks like Sam Riegel fucking came to life and gave me his flask. As he sits there and he takes a few seconds, he takes one of the big bottles and you just see him as he's pouring the whiskey into this thing. He tops it off, closes it up, and he's like, "There you go. That'll be 10 gold, please."
That sounds like a steal. I'll maybe take another one later. But
I didn't say
take
it was
that.
expensive whiskey.
I didn't say I was going to drink it.
Hey, what you do with it is what you do with it. I mean, I've heard other people putting things in various places, my man.
What?
What?
Porque?
Jesus.
What kind of whiskey is this? Did you make this whiskey? Seymour make this whiskey?
Oh, Seymour makes all the drinks here.
Okay.
Except for the stuff we get imported
Imported from where?
from the capital.
What do you get imported from the capital?
Well, we get various herbs, spices, as well as some nice meats, as well as alcohol. I mean, that's what most people like around trying times.
It's a soldier town.
Watch it. Oh, where's it? Good job. Thanks. She's like, you didn't watch me, Pooh.
You don't love me anymore.
Geese had to watch.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about her going chasing people. She just barks and then she realizes that she's all alone and no one's there to protect her, so she runs into the house.
Where's my gang member at?
Right.
You chose xylophone and you can't have them. Yeah, they do. You can't. Sorry.
Is that
So we'll go down to the
canteen
cafe, grab
fit in my
food.
bag of holding? Is it big enough to fit in the
Yeah.
opening? Cool. Put it in there.
Okay.
Gallon of whiskey.
He did this with it. That's like a 4 liter. That's one of those
Like a mutt.
duty free
Yeah.
size
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah. Is that Grey Goose? Or not Grey Goose, what is it? Was it Creek? Snob Creek or something like that?
Schitt's Creek? Knob Creek?
Knob Creek, yeah. I'm just wondering what you were looking for. Oh.
Finished it.
Nah, that's why I put another one out there, because it was almost empty. Alright.
So
So you guys go on down to the cafe.
And the cafe
As you get
gets
down
breakfast.
there, it's not an indoor cafe; it's an outdoor cafe. It does have some nice little awnings, tables set underneath there, almost like picnic style. As you guys go to sit down, a young lady comes up. What can I get for you?
What do you have? Do you have traditional like eggs, bacon, oatmeal?
We don't have any bacon at the moment, but we do have eggs, and we do have some toasted brioche, as well as a very nice vegetable platter that we can bring out.
Do you have meat?
Meat?
Meat.
Oh, meat.
Meat.
Well,
Mutton.
we do have some ham.
Yeah.
But no bacon.
We'll take it off. What?
So let's get it like a.
Might even have some leftover roast.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Whatever you want to throw on there. The fruit platter is also. I mean, the vegetable platter is also good.
All right.
Yeah, I would take the vegetable platter. I need vitamins. I feel like shit.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but very well.
And I swear, if you put extra carrots on it being funny.
Are you threatening me?
No. That's more like what I say to
She
y'all.
kind of
when
she
she
kind
walks
of
away.
looks
Flash
at
in
you
my
for a
head.
second and then kind of smirks and goes, very well.
You're gonna get some extra carrots.
He's a lettuce guy.
Let us see.
What the hell's a carrot?
Anything else? No? All right. And she turns around and walks away.
Oh, we didn't order anything to drink.
No, I actually have orange juice.
Swage is like,
I still have the scurvy flask that makes orange juice, so I'm always ready for breakfast or a screwdriver.
People make a lot of weird liquids come out of
Thanks for
He's
it.
got
that.
whiskey, orange juice. We just need to get some butter schnapps and get some Irish pancakes going.
Oh, I forgot. I was gonna ask you. Do you do special brownies? Do you bake those?
I've never made special brownies before, but I could give it a shot.
The reason why I was asking is because I was gonna have you make a small tray and I was gonna give it to my dad.
Without telling you.
No, I was gonna tell him.
Oh, that took the fun right out of it.
Yeah.
It was almost a nice gesture.
I mean, I didn't say I was gonna tell him right away. But,
Eventually, he would figure it out.
Man, I wish I could get my parents to smoke with me. That'd be awesome.
I can't wait till I get out
Christmas party
because
for my
me and my
family.
sister we're gonna fucking blaze this shit. Well, I gotta wait till she gets out too. But
That edible sucked the other day, by the way.
I like the
I was so
gummies.
disappointed. Yeah, that's what I had the other day. It sucked. I felt it for like a second and it was gone. And I'm
Really?
like, fuck, that's disappointing.
So
I need to
the
get it wasn't strong enough.
I know
need
people
the
that take the
strong one.
gummies and they're
Say
like
the
in a
gram
coma.
dose.
Yeah, it was like 20 milligrams or something.
Yeah,
And one
I
has 200 and it knocked me
I've
out.
tried
Yeah, I
The
need to
worst
get-
things I've ever
Bigger
done.
one.
They taste and chew like a rock,
wait.
but they're CBD. There's plenty of CBD.
The guy I work
They're just
with,
not fun to eat.
he's a new
It tastes
assistant
all
manager I've
laxation.
made friends with, and he had like 2,000 milligram gummies that he got the other day.
I don't like how delayed it is because I forgot what I've done. I'm like, what's happening to me?
I don't
Yeah,
want.
every time.
Yeah, I don't want any that strong either, because I still like I want to play video games and stuff, so I don't want to like have to just sit there and veg out or pass out,
See,
fall
when I was
asleep.
younger and I tried smoking it, and I tried smoking a lot of it, and it didn't do anything for me. Like I didn't get paranoid, I didn't get happy, I didn't have any like effects. The gummies though, yeah, that was where it was at. It was like everything was groovy. I was like,
Every time I ate an edible, I was hugging the toilet.
Yeah, I don't like the way the edibles make me feel either. It's made me nauseous. And first time I did it, I went to with a couple buddies of mine. We went to Disney World at like the Hollywood Studios when they had Star Wars Day, and we all like were up late and we worked until like 2 a.m. and then we were drinking and stuff. And we all made T-shirts, but we just used like a Sharpie on a white T-shirt and just like made Star Wars stuff on these T-shirts and wore them. Let me tell you, that is a fucking terrible idea. In Florida, when like the sun is beating down and you're sweating and the edibles kick in, and then like all the fumes from the Sharpie like are wafting up from your shirt.
Oh God.
I'm just
I'm stuck
picturing
at Disney World.
Star Wars when you go into the shower that night.
I
It's
get-
like
I
you
get the
sweat
You like
through.
you take the shirt off and it's like on your chest.
Yep.
I get the feeling
The
that
nipples
Bond,
are running.
Bond,
Why are my
Bond
nipples
is like a
running?
paranoid individual when he gets a little on the crunk side.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. I can
That's
see
just
that.
the natural state for a rabbit. All anxiety, all the time.
All the time.
I didn't learn to fight because I like fighting. I just thought everybody was trying to fight me.
They were trying to make friends, and he's like, "Back off me, fool!"
Oh
He
man.
bared his teeth at me. That's called a smile.
Why does he got so many of them? I only got 2 in the front. Alright, after a few moments, the waitress comes back and she brings out a tray of hams and a little bit of leftover roast from the night before on the table. It's all steaming hot. And she brings out the vegetable platter. Bon, you don't see a whole lot of carrots, but you do see something that kind of does look like carrots. They're red, green, and yellow. About yay long, but smaller than a carrot.
Bell peppers?
Like spicy peppers to me.
What?
I'm gonna need a spicy.
Are those the
That's
3
what I was
colors
gonna say,
it
peppers are red,
comes
green, and
in,
yellow.
or is it something that's actually those 3 colors?
Yeah, it's those 3 colors.
So one
Not
thing
two-
with
not-
those
yeah,
three
okay.
colors.
No, not they're like each one is
Okay.
an individual color.
Well, I didn't know if it was like a candy cane or something
No.
weird. I mean, they got the weird brewer guy back
Yeah,
there. Who knows?
Rob
How
got
long
it.
have I been
Who
with
knows
Bell
what the
guys?
fruit guy
Like
is doing?
a month and a half, 2 months, 3 months,
pretty cool.
4 months,
Yeah.
whatever
I
it
like
is. Okay,
And then,
listen. I ain't been here
D20s
long.
that
I don't
you
even
have.
know what's weird, okay? I just go,
Fancy?
this is the whole thing. It's like in my real life, the first time someone told me there was
D6.
water chestnuts in my salad. I was like,
The
you
6
made
is
that
a-
up.
You just do.
There's
Oh,
no
nice.
such thing as
Those are
water
nice.
chestnut.
I love water chestnuts.
I like the little, not the sparkles, but the little like starbursts that are in there.
No, you like the sparkles, don't lie.
It's okay. We accept you either way.
I mean, I'm out. You guys don't. I don't care if you accept me or not.
All right, so you guys all sit down and enjoy your meal. Bon, do you eat those? red-
Absolutely.
Okay.
I
Go
want
ahead
one of
and
the
make
red
a
ones.
Constitution check.
How do you eat them?
It's just like
Describe the way you eat. Do you eat
Voracious.
like a rabbit or?
He is a rabbit.
literally looking up a rabbit mouth now. Front teeth, and I was like, shit, I don't know what kind of teeth rabbits have.
It's a
They
beak. They have a
they
beak.
catch things like with their teeth
Yeah.
and like chew it that way and like
Yeah.
stuff it in their cheek, but they use like the front of their mouth to chew it.
Yeah, those front teeth are apparently their incisors, but
Yeah.
I've had rabbits bite me. It's not that bad.
I want to eat a red pepper.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's because they're grinding.
Why is this in such stupid order? Who let second edition exist? You said save?
Your guy gets. No, Constitution check.
Check?
Check. Should be better than a save.
No, the save is going to be better. 'cause
Save
you
would be better because
you have-
he's
you can have
proficient.
For
Proficiency.
you.
Well, the check is 10, that save is 14.
All right. You don't. Your head doesn't explode from fire, but it does give you a nice heat as it goes down.
Oh, awesome. That'll be acid reflux later.
You know, he kind of reminds me of the fucking the giraffe from God, what was that movie?
Madagascar.
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 Yeah.
Who?
I've never seen it. This
Oh.
is the only movie.
I just-
only movie I can
I
think of with a
knew
giraffe in
once
it.
you said that, I was like,
So.
yeah, I know what movie you're
Yeah.
talking about.
All I can think of is freaking Eddie or is Eddie Murphy was like,
Yeah.
I like to move it. You need to go out again.
No, I think that's Chris Rock. Doesn't
Chris Rock,
do the voice. Yeah. I had to stop to think.
Oops.
Sylvan got me.
Okay. Then after we eat them,
cool.
I'm headed toward the
Remind me of candy.
manure's house.
Okay. And the rest of you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with.
And you and I are going
Go,
to
Silas.
check out the hose.
Potentiality for holes.
Well, no, there's holes in the wall.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look at those too.
All
What if
right.
there's
We can look
titans
for
in the walls?
footprints.
Are you going outside the fence, or are you staying inside?
Are we not? I figured
Going
we'd
outside.
have to.
Yeah.
Maybe take some guards or something with you.
If you guys are going outside, then I guess I better go with you two.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I see there's an area called the ghost.
That way I don't get us in trouble with whoever's in charge too, because I definitely will be rude to them too.
Okay.
So,
That's fair. Yeah.
All right. So
Casual.
Silas, you're going by yourself.
A
No,
radiant.
no, no,
Slade's
no,
gonna
no.
go.
Me and Slade are going.
Okay.
How far can you do the thing?
120 feet.
Message, yeah. Message is 120 feet.
Need us some spies
So.
markers.
Okay.
We'll send up a flare if we need them.
Alright. As you guys break and split the party, Silas and Swage, it takes you a good 15-20 minutes to walk to the district that Lord Minia is supposedly in. After a few moments in the Blackwood area, you remember the directions that your trusty guard friend gave you, and not easily, but with a little bit of help of some of the locals there, who, for the most part, didn't actually look down upon you guys. You guys have seen some royalty or some higher ups in some of the other cities before, and they kind of have this haughty little atmosphere towards adventurers in general.
I'm a very well dressed adventurer.
Right, but you're also walking around with a 6.5
Yeah,
foot
I guess
freaking
servant.
fur ball.
7.5 foot.
7.5
I look
foot.
like he's a servant.
Ain't nobody looking down on me.
Before you find your
They're
manor,
like 2 feet taller.
the manor itself is a 2-story, almost England Victorian style manor. It has a nice iron double gated door in the front. You can see there is one guard standing out front. He does have what looks to be like a courtyard garden behind the wall of his estate gates, and then you can see the door from the straight walkway from the gate. As you guys approach the guard,
Before we get there, I'm gonna duck in an alley where they can't see me and Pele up.
okay, all right. So you look like Pele,
Mm-hmm.
but now do you?
And then I
sound
practice.
Okay.
I practice.
All right, go ahead and make me a performance check.
Can I aid him by giving him tips on how it sounds?
I would
No,
say
I don't care if I sound like a smoky, been smoking forever, like heavy, deep, husky voice for Pele, because he didn't talk to her that much. Ooh, yeah, natural 1 with a +9, so 10.
10. Okay. Slade, every time he talks, it kind of makes you cringe, and you almost feel sorry for Pele and how bad the imitation sounds.
Oh
I'm probably
man.
smoking a cigar as we're walking through town, and I'm like, did you sneak into my cigar stash? What is this voice you're
Isn't this how Pele sounds?
That was terrifying.
I think she sounds this way. So that's what I hear.
That sounds like me. You sound like me.
Yeah, without the accent.
Without the accent.
What accent?
What accent? Alright. As you guys come up to the gate, guard stops you. Halt. What business do you have here?
We're here to see the Lord of the Manor. And that's probably exactly what it sounds like.
Is your friend okay?
Hmm?
Is she coming down with a cold or something?
It's impolite to assume gender.
Oh, you are absolutely right. I am so sorry.
It's fine. It's just I breathe in a lot of soot, the fire, and everything from where I'm from.
The thing is, I
Give
got
me
I got this big flask of
A
whiskey.
depth.
We've been drinking it a little bit today. This is messing me
Oh,
up.
you've been to Seymour's. Alright, give me 1 second. Let him know. May I say who's calling?
Pele and Swage of the
Borrowed souls.
Borrowed Souls.
An adventuring party, I assume?
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
I lean in just a little too close and stroke the side of his face.
As you see him kind of turn his back for a second,
He's gonna be quick.
you can actually see a hand symbol that he does, and you can almost see a little bit of a magic like spark go off from his finger. After a few moments, he whispers, "Go ahead and make your perception check."
14.
14.
24.
24. So you hear almost perfectly. You can kind of make out some of what he says.
Yeah.
But what he says, Lord Manuel, there is an adventuring party here. A Pele from the Borrowed Souls, as well as a taller blue furbolg individual. They said they have business with you. Is this okay? After a few moments, you hear on the other end, yes. Please let them in. They are friends. They're guests. He turns around. You all may enter. I do remind you to please be on your best behavior. This is not the countryside. You understand?
Of course.
Alright.
Put my hammer in
Appreciate it. As he sits there, he opens up the gate and lets you all in. How long does your disguise
It
last?
lasts an hour.
An hour.
Then I can re-up it if I need to.
Alright.
If it starts getting close to that time, I'll go to the powder room.
So you set a goal for me. Perfect. Alright. Alright, so as you guys walk in to the manor, there's a gentleman, older elf-looking individual, who stands there wearing what looks to be like a butler's outfit. As he opens the door, he greets you. Lady, sir, please come in. As you guys come in, he brings you into a court, so like a foyer. As you guys do, you can see it is probably the most gorgeous thing you guys have ever seen. It's got porcelain vases, he's got paintings on the walls. It's not tacky, but it's not
It's
tasteful.
it's ostentatious.
Yes, that's a perfect word. He's got pictures not just on stands but also on the walls. The wallpaper actually accents the frames of the pictures that are on the wall, with a small fireplace off to the side. As he comes in, the butler behind you, may I take your clothes, your jackets, or your equipment?
Start dripping.
It's fine. We're used to traveling this way.
Yeah, here.
Start with the pants.
I mean, it's not like I have backpack and all that. I just have for normal.
Understand. You, sir?
I'm okay. I can carry lots of stuff.
Very well. Then follow me. As he walks you a little bit further into the manor, he brings you into a giant living seating area. He goes, please have a seat. The Lord will be with you in just one moment. And he turns around and he walks out. After about 5 or 10 minutes, Lord Manure kind of briskly walks in. Excellent, excellent. You guys have been settled in? Everything okay? No problems? No miscreants or anything giving you any issue?
No, it's a lovely town.
Oh, good. I did hear reports of a pig being slain or something like that in the town.
Oh, Jim. It's okay. He'll be back today. Oh, he's fine.
He's fine.
He's magical.
Adventuring things. We're odd.
Okay. Maybe I don't want to know.
Yes.
But
Best with adventure.
I am so glad that you were able to come.
Of course.
I am. Is your voice okay?
It's a rough night.
I heard you were staying in Seymour's, correct?
Yes.
The Lazy Elephant.
Mm-hmm.
It's I hear it's a nice establishment. I don't partake myself. I prefer to enjoy private companies.
It's a magical place.
The best shower I've ever taken.
Shower. Yes, I don't know what that is, but it sounds amazing. Yes. So what brings you all by today? Are you possibly staying a little bit longer?
Depends. We were understood you had some recent difficulties with creatures that were hurling boulders at your wall.
Yes. The monsters. In a matter of days or weeks, we will be able to send parties out to eradicate whatever these creatures are.
Further damage happens for adventurers, and we're always interested in being hired, hunting bounties, that sort of. That's the word I'm looking for. Menial tasks that we tackle. We thought if you.
I mean, I wouldn't want to put a task before you that would be so beneath a great adventuring group such as yourself. I mean, that would
It
be,
helps pay for travel.
I mean, someone who has individuals such as yourself in a group like this would just be mundane, I think, right?
And the opportunity to create for Gand is an honorable task.
Gand, I've heard his name. He's a god, right?
He is a god.
Not one that I worship, but I hear he is very charitable and makes some very good items. That being said, I mean, if you would like to discuss maybe a partnership about getting rid of these things, I'm not opposed to doing that.
We're looking to engender your aid and perhaps get a few soldiers to help us with traps and that sort of thing, laying an ambush for them.
Oh, tactician. I
And
like
then,
this.
of course, survive this long without having some tactical sense.
Have you thought about possibly joining the military? I mean, I could put in a good word. I know some people. I could make you a high-ranking officer, and
You'll tend to find that people such as myself and my companion have difficulties with authorities.
yes. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
You would find me more of a quartermaster, outfitting your army with
23.
weapons.
You notice he doesn't pay any attention to Swage
Mhm.
at all. He is completely fixated on you. Even some of the words that he says linger, probably more than they should, on
Yeah.
certain phrases and certain words.
Oh, I'll play it all up.
After a few moments, well, here's what's up. I could probably procure a small garrison, maybe about 4 or 5, maybe 6 individuals that could help you set up some traps and see what happens from there. I'm not too worried. These creatures, they come every now and then, and they throw rocks. I mean, they're primitive creatures throwing rocks at us. I mean, if you were throwing spells, then maybe I would have a problem. But rocks, come on now.
In any case, there are holes in the wall, so
Well, I mean, the walls.
they're doing something.
Right, rocks hit walls and make holes. I mean, that's just the way it works. I'm not too concerned, not at all.
These are the tallest walls I've ever seen around the city. Are these walls for those creatures specifically?
No, I just I think that the best way to make sure our people and our soldiers are protected is to have nice walls, because walls work. They keep things out, and they also protect people in the inside. So it only makes sense.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to send people out to deal with things. As you were saying, you were going to get to eventually. We could
Right. I mean,
save you that effort and save you repairs on the wall from
well,
here
to be
on
quite
out.
honest, as he kind of puts his hand on your thigh, to be quite honest, the only reason why I haven't.
Yeah, I have to move my leg up because the illusion. Just like okay, make sure he's I'm like hovering there, half on the couch, half off the couch, so he has something to grab.
He's kind of like feeling for a second. He's like, it's skinny, but
I take out a bunch of coins as he's doing that and start another artisan's blessing while he's talking and just start forming the coins into like a bust of himself, trying to like pull his attention away.
as he does
Oh
take,
no,
he does take
Bailey does the
a
same
few
thing.
seconds to kind of like look over. But anyway,
Because he's
so
always about his worship. God is
So,
foremost in his
the
mind.
reason why I haven't dealt with these creatures as of late is because I feel like the soldiers need more discipline. They need more training. That is what any good commander should do, and that is all I am doing.
Well,
So
well,
once they are trained, then I would send them out and have them deal with these creatures. Like I said, a few rocks.
Yes, but in any case, you could train them whether we deal with them or not. The training will continue. It's an excellent plan.
Well,
We just want to know if there's any potentiality for coin, to put it plainly.
coin. As
I mean, for us to stop, we're on a mission to deal with your king.
on your our king.
Yes, or to see him about something. Very private.
Well, I mean, we are all working on the same side, then, right?
Of course.
I mean, I think.
But
it's
we work for coin.
Yes, but you've been conscripted at some point to take care of a important mission, as you said yourself. So,
Conscripted indicates non-payment.
did you receive payment?
Yes.
Then you were conscripted. That is how that works.
That's not
So,
what the word means, but continue.
well, your meaning, I understand you get paid
Yes.
coin.
Mm-hmm.
But you were given a task, a
Yeah.
mission, and you
We're
must
mercenaries.
to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
So, as such, we are all on the same side. I think, why not? I'll send a few of my soldiers with you to deal with this, and then afterwards we can discuss payment. How's that?
That's not the way it works.
Why not?
We didn't accept the task when we were conscripted.
Hey, shush.
We didn't accept the task when we were conscripted on the basis of payment after we were paid before.
Well, but how do I know that it'll be taken care of? You put some
Well, you
traps
don't have to
out
pay us
and-
until after, but as to the amount, we agree upon that before. And of course, it's always difficult to
Back up.
stick because we do have the magic. And I gesture to him shaping these coins into a face.
Yes. All right. Then what's coin amount? Would you think would be premium wage for adventurers such as yourself?
Well, considering if they continue, and it'll be some time before you do it, for the repairs on the wall, Wage, what would you say that would
I didn't
cost
ask you
for
to
a mason?
repair walls.
You would repair the walls, or else.
We would, yes.
Yes,
That's
but-
not the problem.
Swage will know the cost of that. So therefore,
I'm
that's
not
a
worried
factor.
about that cost. I'm just worried
Oh,
about what
then-
it costs you to hire you to apparently deal with these creatures.
A couple of thousand gold will do. I don't know, hiring laborers, having them repair such a tall wall.
Are there ore? Is there ore around here, like natural stone and precious metals in the earth? Do you have anything like that? Natural resources we could maybe open a trade route?
There is a quarry not too far from here, yes.
I don't need much for rock, but if you have steel or gold, I set up shop at blacksmith in the next town over, and maybe we come to a deal where you send the ore, I return weapons and armor.
No, we don't have anything like that here.
And
Yeah,
gold.
okay. Couple of thousand gold.
1,500 gold.
That's not a couple.
It's close to a couple.
It's close. But you don't want us to be
And
close to
I don't really
completing
know
the task.
how. I understand you are
Well, you only have to pay us if we succeed. Well, that's why I am the expert in this.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
16?
16.
Yeah, I rolled poorly.
He kind of sits back for a second and stands up, walks over to the little liquor tray that's been wheeled in by the butler as he pours himself a nice sized drink. Takes a glass, takes one of the ices from the ice tray, puts it in, swirls it for a second. How about this? How about 100 gold for every ear you bring me of these creatures?
So you're saying there.
And we're not sure how many there are, but we imagine there's quite a few.
Perhaps 150 per year.
150. He kind of sips his drink for a second, thinking. Very well. 150. I can live with that.
It's a fair bounty.
How big are these ears? Like this size, or like this size? How big is the ear?
Does that matter?
I mean, kind of.
Well,
I have no idea what we're trying to kill. I mean, I'll kill it, but I don't know what it is. Something big.
We don't always find out first.
we're not 100% sure either. We've sent scouts and only one person has come back. And he called it a red giant. It had tusks and horns. And then there was others that were red but very muscular, he said. Large. So I imagine ear probably size would be maybe about the size of my hand.
We have bags for that.
How big are these rocks they're throwing?
The rocks. I'd probably say maybe 100 to 120 kilos.
Pretty good size.
Well, since we've come to agreement,
Right.
you'll give us whatever paperwork we need to requisition for the conscript the soldiers for the task.
Yes. Don't worry. I will send a messenger out to the guard captain and have him round up 5 or 6 of the best that we have, just for you. And I will make sure that they are told to follow all of your directions.
They're not there to fight. They're just providing physical labor.
Yes, that sounds good. Is there anything else?
I'm sure there will be more business after we succeeded.
I'm sure you have scouts or something on the lookout for these creatures. Like how much of warning do you get before attack?
Probably a couple hours.
No, a couple hours in advance before they attack.
No, before we see them. And then a couple hours, then they start attacking. So it's like they show up, and then they stand there for a little while. I don't know if they're waiting on more of their people to show up. And then they start attacking. We did send a small group out to stop them. It was a different adventuring group. I don't know if you've heard of the Raven Shield.
Have we?
Supposedly they were one of the great adventuring groups over in Selena, but they were decimated. The whole troop was thwarted. We did have 2 survivors from the attack, one with a broken leg and the other, I don't think he'll ever talk again, but
Are they still here?
no, they left about a couple weeks ago actually. Well, if there is nothing else, like I said, I will send the word. I will also send a messenger to you to give you the contract details, and hopefully you guys will be able to take care of the issue,
Of course.
as you say, right? I mean, they're just monsters, so no biggie, right?
Do you mind if I go up on the battlements and make siege weapons, machines of war?
Oh yes, that would be.
I mean, you could keep them after I'm done. I need material, but I'm sure I could find some.
That would be amazing. I would most appreciate it. For that, I might even throw in a bonus. How's that?
Sounds good to me. Like, what kind of bonus?
Uh,
Like, I can make probably three siege weapons a day. I see you have ballista. I know how to make ballista, but I also know trebuchet and catapult.
Trebuchet would be too big to put on the wall.
Yes.
We thought about doing that. Can you do cannon?
Oh, I can do cannon.
That would be.
I can maybe even turn this into a cannon. Take Molotov, the battering ram, and put the flaming dragon head on it.
I do like that. Would you sell this?
No, I will not sell this. I can make another one.
Well, if you make one, I would like to buy it. I think that is a fine piece of work. I like the dragon head.
You'd like the fire? Right, like hold it out to him. You can feel it. It's not hot.
Oh, it is. It's kind of cold, actually.
Kind of tingly.
Well, anyhow, I think we're
Like,
getting,
who's seducing her? I thought I was here.
getting a little sidetrack.
And I finished the little golden bust that's like flattering, like in the right ways, like thinning and elongating the features in the right way. Like when you look in a mirror that just makes you look right, and I just give it to him as a gesture of good faith.
Okay. What the fuck, man?
I don't know if I want to think
Oh.
about it now.
I typed the description into AI generator, and that's what it came up with, and I was like, oh, trying to
We don't want to
a
see
little
that.
bit of
Do not give them
non-metagaming
ideas.
It's like
thinking.
one of the monsters that comes out of the mist.
Yeah, it was
The mist.
like we're
It's like
picturing
an
the player's
armadillo
handbook,
fucking.
but the description we got, without the context of the player's handbook, just get a little wild.
Those eyes look like mouths.
I know. It's like an armadillo freaking elephant.
Oh, maybe it does have eye mouths.
And like if you look at, like
An
where
elephant.
it's
I like to watch
where
one
its
of
mouth
these.
should be, it's like this really weird, long, like thick tongue.
It also has an extra leg.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a spare in case one blows
It does
out.
have an extra leg.
That's actually terrifying.
Like at first, just kind of looking at it, you're like, oh, it's a red elephant.
and then you find out.
Just in case we're being too confident about, I can take down some
you
red
find out,
giant.
and you find out it's like an aardvark who just goes after fucking giant ants. Go, we gotta fight that. And then you're like, oh wait, it just eats ants. Oh, fuck it. All right.
We are the ants.
So after a few moments, you were ushered out back the way you came, and back out to the front of the estate.
Okay.
That all took about 20, 30 minutes.
Right before we leave, I'll just pull the Lord aside and say, Lord Manure, you're
It's
gonna...
manure. Manure.
Oh, okay. Manure. Okay.
Chuck.
Got it. Keep the thing that I gave you. Just, you may not want to mess with the fiery one. She's not interested.
Why not? I mean, she looks salacious.
She told me. She's not interested.
She told me.
I think maybe somebody else is a little jealous.
Maybe.
But that's alright. I don't mind having a rival. As he kind of gives you a little nudge.
Okay. Don't touch me. But I'll see you.
Okay, but don't touch it.
While that's all going
Got
on,
good touch.
you all go.
I got to put on me.
You guys go all the way back up to the gate that you guys came in. As you do, there's a couple guards, one of which is kind of just sitting at a table, going over some paperwork. A couple of other ones are kind of just standing, traffic in and out, just watching, stopping, doing their normal investigative duties they're supposed to be doing.
Do we see Creed at all?
No.
That's really hoping. Are there people leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I'm just gonna fall in line with them.
Okay. Alright, as you guys get in line, it takes you guys probably a good 2 or 3 minutes to get through the line. Nobody stops you. You just see the guards kind of look you over and kind of just nod as you go by. As you guys get on the outside of the wall, you can see that there is some masons out there. Some what do they call them? The wooden ladders. Not
Scaffolding?
Yeah, scaffolding. That's what I was looking for. Out there, kind of set up to kind of start
Repairing the wall?
repairing walls and stuff like that. You do see, not close to the gate, but probably 20 or 30 feet away from the gate, you can kind of start to see some of the damaged wall. Doesn't look like a whole wall's collapsed, but there's been some significant damage. It looks like they found a spot that they've been kind of repeatedly hitting. Big chunks of it has fallen. The top part of the fort has kind of crumbled. You can kind of see them. They have it roped off so no one falls as they're doing their patrols or whatever up there. And then there's some giant holes, not all the way through, but pretty deep into the wall.
Okay.
How do you change that?
I love it.
You're gonna get pulled over
I
one
just
day
put
and
it
that's gonna
inside.
go off. And the cops are gonna drag you out of the car and
There was an episode of To Catch a Predator that was like that. Just saying, Bond. Just saying.
The bathroom is the best place when I'm installed. It's here, and we're at the bar, and they're just like, what?
What? Hello? Okay, so
Oh, Timmy.
getting over there, can we see Can we see, like, in that area, like, is there any, like, are there giant rocks, or, like, can we see what's being thrown at the wall?
Oh yeah, you can see it. It's pretty giant, like boulder-sized rocks that have been flying at the wall. You can see a small pile of them around the area where it's mostly damaged. You can even see a couple further on down. You can even see what looks to be like smaller ones that almost are a little flatter, like they've been chiseled to an extent
Okay.
to kind of look like a certain way. But yeah, they're just for the most part just boulders.
Can I investigate the ones that are, like, that are chiseled? I don't know why I said ow. To see, like, what they look like?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not the one with the dice.
Yep, you don't have dice up there?
I mean, I do. But I'm not the one that's rolling it.
Oh, no. Investigation, that's a 13.
13. From what you can tell, it almost looks like someone took a giant rock and tried to make like a rounder rock. Is from what you can tell. It's just not really well done.
Okay.
Should be able to go out.
Yeah, it was like, I think we
Throw
should like go out and like see if we can see where they're throwing it from.
Yeah, see if they've got like a path worn in the woods. If they're big, they're gonna trample. They're gonna leave a sign of where they come from, how far away they attack from, how big their feet are at least.
I think we should wait for other two just in case.
If we're gonna go into the woods, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Can I tell any more information about the creatures by the tracks that they have left behind at all?
You can't see any tracks. You're right at the wall right now. Just
I bet there's a hole in the wall though, right?
Yeah, but no one's come in.
But
They've
is
been
it?
throwing stuff?
So it's not like the whole part of the wall is missing.
No.
Okay, I thought the whole part was missing,
No.
and then it goes. Okay,
No,
never
no.
mind.
Well, the top part, like up near where the walkway is, up the top, it's kind of crumbled.
Okay,
a bit.
that makes sense.
But
Okay,
it
I thought it was
hasn't-
like a
nothing's
big.
Nothing's
section
gone all the way
stuff.
through,
Okay.
and nothing. Yeah, it's not like a fucking Attack on Titan bullshit.
Okay.
Nothing like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with waiting for everybody else.
But look at Bond being all in game. He was like, "It's like this is what we should do, y'all."
I've been thinking about the trekking the things through the woods. One thing I know how to
Can you
do.
give that to Bond? I think that's the most he's said in a session.
yeah, I know. It sometimes be like that.
So, yeah. So you guys are just gonna chill out right there and wait.
Yeah, I'll in a few minutes, I'll try and see if I can send a message to Swage.
Just keep he's not picking up. No target in range. No.
No
Look
cell
at there.
service.
I'll just try and see if I can send him a message and just say point in the direction that I know is where they went, and just be like, hey, we left the gate that we came through. We're just sitting where the wall was hit.
Weird. If I hear that, I'll just respond and say, meeting went well, be glad you weren't there, and we'll see.
Yeah, I look like me now.
We would end up fighting that guy instead. We would have helped the monsters.
You just instantly see Kaz and
hiked
Bond just see Pele just go.
Okay.
They're on their
Before
way.
the next time you see him, you'll want to smoke one of his cigars.
Oh god, Pele can do that.
All right. So, it takes you guys about 20 or so minutes to catch up with the rest of the group that's outside the gate. As you guys stand out there, what would you guys like to do?
Is Creed working today?
No.
Okay, checking with the guards about the additional soldiers.
No, the guy who's got paperwork sits there and kind of doesn't even really look up from his desk. Paperwork. As he starts flipping through leaves of stuff, he stops and he's like, who did you say you were with?
The borrowed souls.
The Barroads, then he finally looks at you. You can see he's just worn. He's just a worn individual. His human features are just very, drawn out. As he kind of looks around, starts going through a different stack. I haven't received anything yet. Who's going to be issuing the orders? Sir? Sir, I'm talking... Yes, you.
Yes.
Who's
Our
going to be...
group will.
Lord who?
Oh, the Lord.
Manure.
The outhouse.
Oh, Lord Manure. Yes, oh Lord. I don't see anything as it.
That's fine.
If you want, I can send a runner to find out what's the holdup. If you'd like.
Matters not at this point. Can you point, or does someone know where these creatures gathered? Because it was said that y'all could see them when they're throwing, so we want to know where they're all standing while they're doing that. I assume it's
Sir,
something.
can
some
I ask you?
distance
Can I
off.
ask you a question?
Of course you can.
Do you see armor? Do you see I'm wearing armor, or I'm not wearing armor? Do you see a sword or any weapon strapped to my person?
Silas, that's why he can't see your name on the list. He's blind.
I'm waiting for him to finish talking himself into a hole.
Okay, I am but a simple paper pusher. I push paper. That's all
Yes,
I do.
in the army.
Do I look like I
In
stand a wall?
the army.
Do I stand a wall, guard? No,
In
no,
the
I
army.
do not.
You're not.
I am
you're
inside.
not in the army.
Inside where I am safe. I do not have to deal with monsters or people with weapons. That is not what I do.
Yes, but then things come into the
No,
world.
if you want to know where requisitions are and where troops are moving and where food and supplies are, I am your person. But as it comes to fighting, I am not.
Yes. Where's
So-
the captain who's in charge today?
Now, if you look over at the gentleman over there that is standing guard duty, not paper duty, guard duty, they would probably have the answer for you. I would humbly ask you to go and requisition one of them to give you that information.
So you don't know who the captain is today.
Oh dear fucking god.
Is he wearing a uniform of any kind?
He
Does he
is.
look like he's in the army?
He's in a uniform, but not the same
Then I'll
uniform.
go jack
that
him
he's-
up. I just up against the wall and go. If you're not in the army, those guys aren't going to help you when I stab you to death. So, if you want to have a discussion, you're more
By
than
all
welcome to
means,
have one.
please
Who's the captain?
stab me. Do you know how many days
When did
off I
Silas
will
get
get
so-
I
from
know.
having you
All of
stab
them.
me? Yes.
I'm impressed.
Yes,
All of them.
I would. I would not have to deal with any of this anymore. Do you know how taxing it is to have to maintain a file system that nobody fucking uses anymore? Nobody! I guarantee you. You're doing me a favor, please. Please!
Oh, I just walk away with him. I wrap my hand in there and now he's my backpack. He's going out there with us. You want to fight? Let's go fight.
I have plenty of armor and weapons.
I can tell you're the kind of ass that no one's going to help you.
As he's just sitting there looking at the guards, and the guards are just like,
I'm just like, doop, 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 doop.
Do you think you could push some paper to get some materials together up on the battlements so I can make you some weapons?
possibly could.
When he's talking,
As-
I
as-
turn
as-
towards Swage like he's over my shoulder. I'm just like,
Yeah, as he's just kind of cross-armed, being dragged around, he's just like, probably could. Will I? Probably not.
You seem bitter about something.
Oh, I don't know what.
What would you like to do?
Just that your little friend here is trying to drag me around like I'm his personal shield.
Terrible.
you see my eyes like, oh, that's a good job description. Let's go find the red killy things.
Red killy.
Well, I mean, he'll operate as a shield, but when your shield breaks, you just get another.
Hey,
If he doesn't care about
sir,
life,
what's-
then it's
what's
not
your
really
name?
a bad thing.
My name?
Yeah.
Yeah, since nobody ever really asks, I will tell you. I am Sir Percival. I do appreciate that. That would be lovely. I do like red and yellow flowers. Just FYI. Maybe send a letter to my mom telling her that this asshole dragged me into the unknown because he's so brilliant with his detective abilities that he can see that, yes, I would have all the answers for him. But yes, I am just a simple paper person.
I'm just really surprised that none of the guards like helped you out.
Well, they don't really like me.
I can see why.
You don't have very many friends either, do you? It's okay.
I got all these guys.
I was like, I'm his friend.
Like,
Yeah,
if
you
you
got
attacked
ones that
me, they would help me. But who helped you when you got attacked?
But I have
No,
to
I haven't
Now,
attacked
if
him
you,
yet.
now if you helped us out, we might be able to extend that protection to you. We could be your friend.
Oh, you want to be friends? You want to be friends now?
We don't have to be
could-
real friends, but if maybe somebody messes with you,
Oh, you're just going to follow me around for the rest of my life and make sure people don't
I
bully
mean,
the guy who carries the big books around for people?
at this
Yeah,
rate,
but if
listen,
you like send us a letter.
listen, at this rate, it's not going to be very long anyway. So we don't have to follow you around for like a couple days.
Right, because I'm going to die, and then you're going to toss me aside and put a nice tombstone. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully put flowers.
You know.
If they're growling.
What did you want to be when you were a kid?
What did I want to be when I was a kid?
Yes.
I wanted to be a pastry chef.
Why don't you do that now? You seem like you've lost your passion.
Oh, I have
For
passion.
anything.
I have passion.
Oh, it's not the kind of passion I appreciate.
Honestly, if I could make poisons, I would probably poison half the fucking people that are in this town. Half of them. All a waste.
Well, this guy seems pretty dangerous now. I think we might maybe should take him with us.
A pastry chef who poisons all his clientele.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, the reason why I did not become a pastry chef is because my dear old dad who did not want me to grow up in a frivolous lifestyle. He's like,
He wanted you to join the military.
yes, see?
He's upset that you're a paper pusher.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did it to spite him.
that's fair.
And then I found out the job is shit.
Yeah, my whole life was to spite my family, so I feel ya.
Yes.
Look at us, we're bonding.
Bonding.
We're bonding.
You're like, it's not so terrible to have your father hate you.
Oh, someone else has daddy issues. Okay.
Hey, I've had a daddy. I might have issues.
Same.
Do you not know that when a man loves a woman and they get together, they make these things called babies? And that means you have a
Sometimes
father.
it's not for love.
And then after that, all they do is make mistakes.
I feel kind of bad for you guys. I fucking love my dad.
I don't hate my dad.
I mean, that's awesome.
you know.
It must be.
My dad doesn't
I'm
hate
glad
me.
that-
I look Pele and it must be nice.
Oh, man.
What about you, long-eared friend? You have a dad?
Yeah, and like 50
40.
siblings.
I got a 40. That was a good guess.
I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Your mom and dad must have really loved
Not a
each
very
other.
personal
And
relationship,
you
but
are
it's
you are
normal.
where on the pecking order of most love to child that is the black sheep of the family?
He's the middle child.
I don't know,
Exactly.
just,
the middle.
Number 27.
Not my problem. That's where I am. Somewhere
This
else.
way. All right. He's not even like trying to resist. He's not even walking.
Yeah,
He's letting
I'm-
Silas just drag him.
Silas is just standing there, we're having this
Arms crossed,
conversation.
just like fucking having this conversation. Like it's a fucking everyday occurrence to him.
His feet are just dragging on the
Yeah.
ground.
Well, you're gonna have fun with us.
Can you also make me a strength check?
No, probably not.
I mean,
I'm
'cause
untrained.
you've been hauling him for probably about 5 or 10 minutes going into the woods.
I got a mighty +4 on that. 12.
12. Yeah, you're not.
I'm not like manhandling
Yeah,
him.
you're not manhandling him, but you're not struggling. So it's a slower pace.
Huh?
You can do it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm +4 because I have the
Yeah.
bard feature gives me a +2 if I'm not proficient. I'm not proficient in strength.
Yeah. So it's not
Somewhere I lifted weights.
Yeah, it's not like it's super easy for you to have this
Oh, yeah.
guy leaning on your back and you're dragging him like a shield. But it's not too difficult.
Yeah.
It does slow you down.
Every once in a while.
Well, see,
whichever
he's
level
getting
you're at.
heavier
That's
and
what I
heavier.
said.
'cause
I could just-
like the adrenaline is wearing off. I'm just like, the first slam against the wall was just all adrenaline. Now I'm like, just get tired. It's like having a backpack that bitches.
I'm just like laughing. I'm like
Dora,
looking at Kaz and Swage, like, yeah, I like it.
You hear that, you idiot?
Okay,
Some of the back-
I'm gonna carry him, but if I do carry him, I'm gonna carry him like a baby.
Like on your hip.
No, like cradled in my arms.
Do we want to get
Oh,
you,
that's
like,
even better though. On my hip.
I was thinking of getting that little rig.
You
hang
remember
up.
that scene from the second Ace Ventura movie when he knocks out the guy who looks like a Monopoly man and like puts him over his shoulders?
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna carry.
Monopoly.
Do not pass go.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Alright, so, after about a good little 10-minute hike into the woods, as you guys are looking around, ooh, here is,
Those are trees.
those are the trees. So, as you guys come into the clearing, let me,
Who did that perception mask thing for smelling stuff over there?
I'm just gonna find out.
Someone got the wolf mask.
I don't remember that.
You got the wolf mask?
Yeah.
This is a wolf
Yes.
mask. Gives you advantage on smell and does some other things.
What am I missing?
You have that by pulling a ball out,
Paleo.
having them hunt around.
When did you guys get? Was that the day I missed or something? At the
I
Mummy
think it
Lord
was
Problem?
treasure we got when you were here, but we didn't know what it was until
Oh.
when you weren't here.
Okay, let me get Pele.
Negative times 2 is not a good answer. So, I cannot pass on that.
Alright.
Can't figure out why my hit points keep resetting.
Full rest?
Are they resetting
I
the
think I-
mask? Because that's not a bad thing.
No, it's like
I keep curing myself.
I've been tracking it on paper because it keeps like glitching. I don't think it's glitching. I keep trying to override the max HP on D&D Beyond. I think it like resets on a long rest for some reason.
Oh, I have that happen to me on a character. You just have to like in your settings you have to like change like the HP settings. It gives you like 2 different options. There's like fixed and then rolled or manual or whatever. And I just had to change that setting.
Yeah, I think I changed mine to manual too, so that way it
Yeah.
would stop.
So you can change it to what it is.
Because I don't
Yeah.
roll for
Otherwise
the
it
HP in the
auto-calculates
app.
it,
I
yeah.
roll for the HP here.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense. I just gotta figure out how to do that.
I platinum the new God of War the other day.
Alright.
It was really good.
What?
The new God of War, I got the platinum trophy for it the other day.
Oh,
Nice.
I thought you said that you drank platinum the other day, and I was like,
So, as you guys enter the forest area, I will. Let me also get a.
So, put out, look for tracks.
don't spread out too far.
Of course. No, I mean just 20, 30 feet apart.
What was his name again?
Percival?
Sir Percival.
Sir.
I want to know what he
Oh,
did.
you got the sir.
I want to know what he did to get knighted. Maybe that file system he made was like super great when he
'Cause
first
that's not
made
something
it.
you necessarily inherit.
This file system is called the Holy Grail. That's what it was.
And then they've knighted some terrible people in our lifetime. Or
Yes.
before our lifetime.
Or maybe it's just because he's the guy who does the paperwork, so they're like,
He gave
"Or
it to
you show me the
himself.
paperwork." Okay.
He did. He got himself knighted. He
it's
filled out the paperwork himself.
One of those nicknames you give yourself.
Yeah.
Trying to get it to catch on.
Like when you can buy like
just
the
sign
1 acre
this,
of
just
land
sign
in like
this.
Scotland
One of them was a knighthood.
or whatever it is. What is it, like a 1
That,
square
that,
foot
that
of
makes
land?
you
One of these
more.
sides gotta
work.
It's sea
Dumbest
land.
thing
There
No,
you go.
that's sea
So
land.
here's what he looks like. There you go.
Oh, okay.
He looks like a Sir Percival.
He looks
Wow, how
like
did I
the
zoom
dudes
out?
in my old Bible.
He looks way too happy.
children's
He looks
books.
like he looks he looks like a
Way too
picture,
happy to.
like he got cut out of like a picture Bible or something.
It's Joseph.
Alright. So. You guys like to do?
I'm going to
Spread out,
head
search
out
for tracks.
and start searching for traps.
Yeah, I'd like to also.
So I'm
search
gonna
for
drop
tracks.
him there.
But more specifically, I'd like to know.
Drop him right where you
Yeah, literally where he's at. I just.
I'm not looking for where they're going necessarily, but more like what they are.
Yeah, I'm just looking for tracks. Period.
Alright, Wage, or Kaz, go ahead and move your character where you'd like to be.
I'm gonna tell Percival, stay close. And then
Move up just a bit there, not too far into the front. That way I can get to either side.
is this a big tree right here? Or just a corpse of trees?
No, it's a big tree.
I'm gonna walk around the big tree.
And these trees are, they're giant, massive oaks, probably going up a good 50 or 60 feet up. The trunks themselves are probably about 20 or 30 feet wide. They're just gigantic looking trees. The grass that's around here is, in certain areas, you can definitely tell it comes up to like your knee areas. When you drop Sir Percival, he almost kind of disappears in the grass for a second before he kind of like pops his head up and then stands up, and you see him kind of dust himself off.
You have,
My
to,
robe
you
is
have to
dirty.
think for that. You got the Pokeball ready. We're in the tall grass.
Yeah, we're here. You're in the forest. Yay!
Stay close.
Oh,
And I'm gonna start climbing the tree.
okay.
Him staying close and looking at you, climbing here. Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, while you're doing, I'm not staying that close to you. You're climbing up a tree. That is quite dangerous, I must say, and scary.
Just holler if you see a bear or something.
They're bears.
If there are, you holler. That's the point.
Oh,
It's a natural reaction. I figured it was.
I probably will scream. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I will scream and.
If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, just scream.
I was going to scream regardless. And then probably head back to the wall. That's probably what I will be doing. But you're perfectly fine to fight to your heart's content, apparently, because you guys look like you're adventurers. Yay! Good
It's not
for you.
safe to walk back by yourself.
You're the one hanging out in the woods. I
Yeah, why'd you come out here for, man?
mean, yeah. It's like you're an adventurer
No,
now.
I don't- you
Look
know
at all
what?
this
I
grass
just
stains on
wanted
your
the
back.
fresh air. That's all I wanted. Yay, fresh air!
I get it.
Woo.
Man, Percival, you could have said that you just wanted to hang out with us, but there you go again, selfish as always.
Oh yes, because you all seem like a lovely bunch of individuals, not sent on murdering things.
Oh, we don't murder everything we want.
If I remember correctly, you were like, "I will stab you." That sounds pretty murdery to me.
Yes, but I didn't. What it sounded like was angry.
That's the
It
nice
sounded like
quick
a
way.
threat.
All right.
I wanted to get like to where like in the tree as high as I can to try and like see over a lot of the trees.
Okay. Go ahead and make me acrobatics checks. You go ahead and make me investigation. You make me a survival check because you're trying to this turn. What type of
Okay.
creature these are? Bon, what are you?
I'm doing like a more like looking at everything. Yeah, I guess investigating for the little clues of where'd they go,
Oh,
where'd
to
they
go in
come
the bin.
from, did they leave anything behind?
Or like a 1, 2, a 3.
Hollering is not climbing. It's
Okay.
scurrying.
I'm gonna roll
All
with
right,
me.
go ahead. You can roll an
That's
investigation.
better.
Swage, what are you
I
doing?
mean, I can.
I am taking out a set of leather armor and roughly pulling it over his head.
Oh, yes.
It's
Leather
fading.
arm.
Some
What is that smell?
whiskey and mayonnaise.
Survival.
What is mayonnaise? Is that some type of creature you've killed?
Taylor's like, it's food lubrication.
I think I'm gonna be sick. That's quite foul, actually.
I rolled a 19 by the way for acrobatics.
Okay.
I rolled an 11.
11.
Real one.
Huge bonuses. Dice don't care.
I got 25.
25. Alright, so, Pele, you get a quarter of the way up the tree, and you start to realize that it's a little bit more difficult than you thought it was going to be to climb up a tree. As you find there, it's not that it doesn't have branches and stuff, it's just that they're so far apart because it's such a big tree. That there's no real places to like grip and hold on to. Even using a weapon, you find that it's very dense to get your weapons into the tree. It takes you a little bit longer to get up. So you're probably about a quarter of the way up the tree. You can't really see anything that you couldn't have seen really from the ground. You can see the tops of your party members and maybe a little bit in the area that you're in, but nothing above that yet.
Okay.
So that's going to be what you see. Bon and Silas, as you're looking around, you don't really find any massive meetup rally point, but you do find a couple of tracks in some downed grassy area where you can see it looks like not a whole lot, but a few of something that's giant or large has kind of laid in the area or come to this area quite a few times to kind of patch down the grass in certain areas. Don't see any tracks or anything.
I helpfully inform you that I found some grass.
Kaz, you actually do find some tracks. You go a little bit further than everybody else outside of where everyone's been looking, and you actually find a couple of muddy footprints that are kind of indented in the ground. They are substantial, but they are almost that of a regular foot, from what you can tell. And they kind of do give you a little bit of similarity towards things that you've seen from your tribe, almost. They do have the regular footing, the heel, toes, but they're not like...
They're not wearing like boots or clothes at all.
Mm-mm. No, you kind of ascertain they're pretty primitive in that sense. They might be carrying weapons of primitive make or some sort, but they do not have any shoes. If they are wearing armor, you're not really sure what kind it would be. There's no flecks of metal or bone splinters or anything like that would be lying around to kind of give you that, as there hasn't been any real confrontation in this area from what you can tell. Swage, you put the armor on him. He doesn't really fight you all that much, but he definitely does not enjoy the smell as he kind of looks at you. Not that he's protesting, because you're like twice the size of him, and you basically hand him like he's a rag doll, being dressed like a little schoolgirl dollhouse child. So,
Hands up!
And that was flavor.
I blow a big smoke ring in his face and drop 3 of the balls at his feet from the Great Bag of Tricks, and 2 giant badgers and a weasel come out.
okay.
And I say, this is Judith and Earthstripe, the giant badgers, and this is Jameson, the weasel. Judith, no bite. Just keep, and I tell them in bee speech just to kind of keep an eye on.
Did you say bite?
I said no bite.
Oh, okay, then I won't pet. Alright, hi, Judith, and what was the other one?
Earthstripe is the other big one.
I guess I can see he's got a giant brown streak down the side. Okay, Earthstripe, Stripe.
And Jameson is the little guy. He might bite, but it won't hurt that. He's very small.
Okay.
He's just playing.
Yes, as Jameson starts to kind of like nibble at his pants legs and his robe. Yes, cute little fellow. Okay.
Okay, just stay here out of the way, okay? And then just start going up with the rest of the group.
Okay.
You know, I make up like fake names all the time for like in my CT class. I'm like, oh, this is the trainee Gregory, and so like I like was doing a meeting yesterday, and I was like, so the CT we'll call him Gregory. And then I was like, and then his, like, remember his training, his name's Heimlich. And everyone in the room just busted up laughing. And I was like, like Heimlich. And I was like, first name I thought of.
Is that the name of the caterpillar
It's
from
a
Bugs
real
Life?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a maneuver.
The D&D dungeon master you will be someday.
It's just like pulling them out of nowhere. Here we go.
I'm gonna have you DM a session one day.
No, no.
Yes.
I'm just
Maybe
ready to
that
hear a lot of
yes.
ums.
The character's name is Heimlich.
You're just gonna hear a lot
Seems
of
to be
like, I'm sorry,
constantly
give me a
coughing.
second.
No, that's phlegm.
Phlegm is completely different.
Mark, John, Nick.
So I just remembered that I have that cloak, that like mushroom cloak, the fungal cloak. So I want to use the words that I can't say.
Whoa.
Its ability, it's mycelial deconstruction. Where basically, like, I just wrap the cloak around me and I dissolve it to a bunch of little threads, and I can just, like, go through the tree and
Okay.
and my speed is equal to my walking speed, and so I can pass through any gap, and then basically, like, my goal is just to get up to the tallest, thickest branch that I can stand on.
Okay.
That's what she said.
That sake is like staring me in the face.
I have done it a couple times.
What's that?
I'm like, that sake just keeps staring me at the face.
Yeah, we've already said no more water for you.
Yeah. Drunk on water. My goal is to drink 64 fluid ounces of water a day. And
How's that going?
not too bad, I'm doing pretty good.
Nice.
When I get home I need to drink 4 more. I woke up late today and I took a nap.
You can drink water here. My water is good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't know why I asked that.
Is it?
No, there are places around Charleston you don't want to drink the
I
water.
have a filter in my.
I've never drunk the
in
water
my-
downtown. I work down there. I'm just like,
fridge.
no.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. I'll say that.
My mother-in-law's new boyfriend gave us a bunch of
There's
shit.
also
We were in
the
Florida,
ice tray,
and
and
I had to
there's
go on the
also
Walgreens
ice
and
on
buy
the
like
ice
big
maker.
case of bottled water.
I hate
Because
ice.
it's Florida water. I'm not drinking that shit. They live in Treasure Island. Like, they don't even have their own water. They have to get water, like, piped in.
In Arizona, you can't drink any of the water anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it all tastes super coppery, and like, there's just.
That's the best.
Go out to Guatemala or
Makes me
nice
feeling
sulfur.
That's fun. Copper's not toxic or anything.
But it's only when you have a lot of it. Your body actually filters out a lot of heavy metals.
Oh, it's my other pants. I carry around a Lux Stone. It's green. I have to remind people. It's green because of the copper. You can't put this in your mouth.
Why would you put it?
Not sure why you're showing your stones and don't put this in your mouth.
Hey, would you like to kiss my Blarney stone?
Yeah, my players Lux Stones, and I have high opinions of their intelligence.
So Paley, yes, you are able to do that. It takes you
Speaking of
about 2 or 3 minutes to kind of get up to where you need to be,
Okay.
Talking to them.
which puts you
Just
about
occurred to me,
another
but-
20 or so feet up
They were
above
doing.
everything. As you start to form, you get up. You can actually start to see rustling from a couple of areas now. As you form on the branch, there's actually a nice red-looking creature that's kind of squatted and is kind of startled that you're there.
Oh, shoot.
As it looks at you,
Shoot.
this creature is crouched down, kind of sitting on the tree, almost predator style, and he looks a little bit like
Is he up there in the tree with me?
yes,
Oh my god.
and looks a little bit like this. If I can get the thing to enlarge, there we go.
Actually, not that far off.
Oh, okay.
I said the Noid, and he pulled a picture of the Noid. Like, oh, it actually kind of looks like the Noid a little bit.
Yeah,
Cheers.
How big is he?
He's quite big. He dwarfs you in size. As he looks over and kind of wiggles the branch a little bit as he kind of shuffles over a little bit. Like,
Grab onto the trunk.
where the hell did you come from? It doesn't say it, but he just kind of looks at you. He doesn't have any weapons drawn or anything. He's just kind of perched on the branch. As you look around the rest of the tree, you can see there are two others on different branches on either side of you that are also there. As you kind of look down, you can see over in this area over here that there is a hollowed out area that you can kind of see down from the tree, from the top of the tree, that opens up into a little bit of clearing. And inside that clearing, you can see a couple of other creatures that are in there. Look like they're kind of like burrowed into the ground.
Like
a little
asleep?
bit. Not asleep, but kind of just sitting there. Like
Okay.
they're hunched down as well.
Like pit trap.
Got it.
And they look like this. There we go.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
They look like giant rocks, actually, from the top side. But you can only tell that they are creatures because you can actually see muscle and what looks to be like appendages coming off of the ends of tree trunks, from a lack of a better word, from the ends of their tree trunks that are arms.
Heard. Okay, so
But they haven't moved. They haven't said anything. They're just staring at you. The ones that are on the ground are not. You can only see two of them in that area. That doesn't mean that there are not more, as you kind of started to realize that. Yeah.
I'm gonna, as I'm like looking at him and like seeing all of them, I'm gonna like message I think Kaz was right under me, and so I'm gonna like message Kaz and be like,
Okay. Is message a verbal and somatic?
you just have to point.
That sounds verbal and somatic.
Don't
Oh,
you
yeah.
have that
It is.
telepathy feature?
Oh, yeah,
ASMA,
yeah.
So it's got all verbal, somatic, and material.
Yep, hold
Not that
on.
that matters, but
Well, the material part, I'm not too worried about.
You
I'm
point
gonna
your
focus.
finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. Oh, I gotta whisper. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, we have
Copper
telepathy.
wire.
Right?
you whisper
Yeah.
and they hear it as a whisper.
Oh yeah. So I can speak telepathically to any creature within 60 feet of me. Okay, perfect. So I'll do that because that's not a spell. And I'll just do like, Kaz, there's 3 of the red creatures in the trees. One is right next to me, and then 2 right in front of about like northeast of you. There's like 2 things that are burrowed in those trees. And I'll look at this guy in front of me, and I'll say, "Good morning."
As you say good morning, it stops and kind of looks at you.
I'll like crouch down on the branch, like I'm gonna sit down.
As it sees you kind of just sitting, you kind of just. You. Human?
No.
You. Like us?
What are you?
What am I?
Yeah, I'm a genasi.
He kind of looks at the other two. The other two are kind of. As they're kind of like looking at each other and looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they've made any hostile towards
Yeah.
you. The one kind of almost follows your movements as he kind of sits lower on the branch.
I'm gonna like, as I see him sit down, I'm gonna say to Kaz like, "Don't be hostile yet."
Okay.
He sits there and he goes, Ogre,
Oh, ogre,
Red Clan.
Red Clan. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about ogres. You're the first one I've met that I remember. This is your land.
As he kind of like, as he does that, he nods, and the whole branch kind of
It's like, Melee holds on like, yeah. Is that why you guys are attacking, like throwing?
No.
No?
No, and you kind of see him at this point, he kind of almost stands up. Humans evil. Humans
evil.
bad.
What?
And you kind of almost see a flash of anger just come across his face.
And humans can be very, very bad. What did they do?
They disrespect tribe.
How? How'd they do that?
Took what not theirs, but ours. Ours. And you hear echoed from the other two, ours.
What'd they take?
Precious things. Not to talk with outsider. We handle. You seem interesting.
What if me and my friends can help you guys out?
Ogre can take care of our ogre problems.
But what if?
Our honor on the line. And you, as he kind of slaps the thing, you just feel the whole branch kind of shake again. As a gust of wind kind of also sways the trees just a little bit. You notice these creatures that are in the trees do not even be phased. They just sway with the tree, move with it. Almost like they've been living in the trees most of their life.
I understand honor. Honor is a very, very big deal. But what if people that are innocent get hurt?
Then they wrong place, wrong time.
That's fair. That's a good point. I can't disagree with that. So are you guys just gonna keep throwing rocks at the wall until you can get there?
We can, humans, we shall.
I mean, they're just gonna keep rebuilding it.
Soon other clans come. We trample over small, puny fort.
Okay, alright. Well, that's fair. I mean, you're gonna do what you wanna do. No harm, no foul here. Do I smell bad? And I'll like take out the soap that I used to like
As he
bathe
kind
in.
of inches closer. Not that he's reaching for you or anything. He
Like hold out the soap.
no, not
No?
that. You smell like human.
Well, yeah. I mean, I walk next to them, but I'm not a human. Can I show you a trick?
As he kind of looks at the others, and they're looking at him.
I'm gonna show you that I'm.
He kind of looks down at the rest of the group. Take you to Chief.
Takes me to Chief.
Yes.
I don't really want.
He decide what to do. I can't let you see me.
But
And
I didn't
tell
see you.
them.
Tell the humans?
Mm.
Oh well, I wasn't going to, but I get the whole hierarchy thing. You need to tell your leader. I'm my group's leader, so that's fair.
Come. As he sits there and he does, he grabs you.
Oh shoot!
When he grabs you, he doesn't do it like forcefully, like he just the King Kong grabs you. He does it in a gentle kind of way, to where his whole arm kind of wraps around you, and then he jumps off the fucking branch.
Oh.
And you're 25, 30 feet up in the air.
Okay,
As he does
that's
that, the other two kind of just stand up and they jump down as well. As they land, with Pele in arms, one lands basically right in front of Kaz, with Pele in his arms, and the other two.
Can I still talk to you?
I can detect your thoughts, so you can talk, and I can read what you're thinking.
Okay, I'm gonna think. Should I still remain calm?
Now that I'm out there on the ground with everyone, I'd be like, it's okay. We're friends. Everyone's friends.
Oh.
This is Red Ogre, part of Red Ogre clan. What, you didn't give me your name?
Red Ogre.
Oh, okay. Red Ogre, like
Ogre.
ogre.
This is Red Ogre. Red Ogre.
Okay. I'm gonna call you Philip. Philip. Pele. Philip.
You're gonna give him a name, they're gonna level up.
Darn it.
Now he's Red Ogre Uni.
Philip. These are my friends.
Take a stone.
They're not with the humans.
Why one of them look human?
But yeah, they're human, but they're not with the humans.
As he kind of gets close to Kaz, he kind of sniffs you.
I'm gonna sniff him back.
As he kind of like slaps you on the.
I'm gonna
the
slap him
shoulder.
back.
Philip, you can put me down. I'll come with you. You can.
Oh, as he puts you on the ground.
Thank you. So Philip and Red Ogre would like to take us to their chief because a human has stolen their air, like tribal important stuff, treasures.
Yes.
And that's why they're attacking the
Future.
outpost.
Future. Come. As he starts to walk, you notice now as they're standing on all twos, standing straight up.
All twos.
Yeah. They are probably about 10 to 12 feet tall. They are large creatures. As they walk, as they do, you can see the other creatures that were burrowed into the ground kind of come out. As they do, you can just hear rocks that were like wedged around them kind of just come apart, and just see the dirt mounds kind of just shake off of them as they come out. These ones are a little bit bigger. They're probably closer to 15 or so feet tall. They're massive, not just in height, but also in size. I mean, these things, they look like bruisers for sure. They could probably run up and take out half a wall if they really wanted to, just in their fists alone. You're guessing just how massive they are. Kaz, you kind of almost think that the ones that are throwing those rocks are those guys. Those are your rock dealers. The other ones, they're quicker.
Straight up dealing meth
do
in
see-
these woods.
You do see weapons, and you do see armor. The armor is actually chitin style, so hard shells from animals, laced together, matted, almost making a very hard exterior. Normal arrows and stuff would not do any real damage to these guys. The weapons they have are short swords for them. They're definitely bastard swords for normal individuals, for sure. Maybe even like polearm swords, if you had to take a guess at the size. The bruisers themselves, they don't really carry a weapon except for what a giant wooden log stick that looks like a tree branch, or it looks like a tree in their hands, as they kind of start to walk, following behind you guys as you guys start to get led into the woods a little bit deeper.
Before we go, is Percival following us?
Percival saw the creatures jump down, and when he did, he basically ducked behind one of the trees.
I wanna grab him so he can't go back to town.
It seems like this is a personal matter between the guild and these fine creatures. I don't think I need to. Why are you dragging me? Why? Stop! I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for any of this.
Pele's
I am not
gonna-
a soldier. I am not
Listen, we're not gonna fight, but I don't want you to go back to the town and tell anybody anything until we figure out what's going on.
And
Look,
like someone who
look,
knows.
I can be the
You
quietest person in the
can
whole
come.
wide
You can
world.
come with us, or I can tie you to a tree.
Or I could tell Judith to bite.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pele's gonna message Percival.
Yeah. There's food, Chinese food in the it's the pansy. It's got shrimp and
Hair,
stuff
like right on
in the
top of
in the
my
microwave.
Um,
Okay, well then don't eat it.
Can I just make myself a sandwich instead?
Yeah, that's fine.
Haley's gonna message Percival and say, I would shut up and not say anything.
How are you talking to me? Ooh. Why is there somebody in my head? As he's kind of looking around, did anybody else hear that? Did you hear that?
Haley's gonna look at him and be like,
Must be ghosts. You should stick close to us.
Why are you talking about the occult? That is not safe.
You're the one with voices in your head.
Fair point.
And don't you have a whole like district named Ghosts?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say like the whole part of the town's like ghost step or something.
we don't talk about
We don't talk about ghosts.
I'm gonna scoop him up
Alright.
like a baby
Alright, Philip, after you, we're
on my hip.
following behind.
Hush, little baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna like
face.
stroke his hair like.
Haley's
It does actually feel kind of nice.
Instinctively burp him a little.
Haley's gonna ask Red Ogre and Red Ogre if they would like names too.
They look at you and they're kind of like,
Are you sure?
they kind of shoo you off.
Fair enough.
You ever watched the time I got reincarnated but as a slime?
Oh, I'm rewatching it again.
That's what it reminds me of, her giving names to the monsters and then they level up.
Oh great, Rimuru.
I mean,
Wait,
clearly.
Dad, did you say Rimuru again or Rimuru? 'Cause I heard Rimuru.
Kids in their English dub, or English sub.
And what's wrong with the English subtitles?
All right.
Clearly, the other two are named Flathead
Italian
and
subs.
Hex.
Italian subs. Translated into Japanese and then back into Italian a couple times.
So as you guys are being led into the forest, you notice as you guys do, you can kind of start to hear tree branches kind of start to kind of like spring. As you guys look up, you can see there's quite a few of these other red ogres that are kind of in the trees. You can only probably count about 5 or 6 more that you can see as they're kind of just like not hopping per se, but running, jumping off of branches onto other ones.
Means there would have been 11 total of these things to fight.
It's a good thing you told me to calm down. Because if you hadn't said that and I would have heard you scream, that would have started the fight right there. You jumped out of the tree.
I was like, oh no, we're falling now. Oh shoot.
What's wrong?
Oh no, I was just reminded myself I wanted to show what my brother got me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Favorite character.
I was like,
That's my favorite fight too in the whole series.
oh, it was so good.
So
The
good.
animation.
And I love how and he did one of my
Anime.
favorite things too, because it doesn't ever happen in anime. But he lied about how his ability worked, and I thought that was great. I love
yeah.
I love how he
Ooh,
lied
which
about what's his name?
What's that?
Always forget
Toto.
his name. Toto from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he lied about how his clapping ability works to the guy they were fighting. So then when he did something that is like, you didn't say you could do that, and he's like, why would I tell you?
It was so good.
The best of friend, though.
Yeah, that's what my brother got me. Like a little keychain that
What does he say his perfect woman is? Jennifer Lawrence or something?
Jennifer Lawrence, yeah. No, my brother's like, yeah, I got
He's
that
like, you
because
get me.
because you like Jujutsu Kaisen and you're my best friend. And I was like,
Oh, I gotta show you.
There's season 2. Have you seen the season 2 trailer?
Oh yeah.
I'm all caught up on the manga, so.
I went to Tanger Outlets the other day, and there was this kiosk that sold these like really cool anime lenticulars, and the lady sold me 5 of them for $40, and I got a Jujutsu Kaisen
Wow.
one.
Oh,
I'll show it to you.
shoot.
I'll send you
I
a
bought my
picture.
nephews ramen bowls for Christmas,
Uh-huh.
and one of them was the Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
one. That was pretty dope.
But I got
Super cool.
I bought some frames on Amazon that I got today to put them in. But I got Dragon Ball Z, Jujutsu Kaisen, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto. What was the last one I got?
Oh, that's awesome.
What was that? I got one more. Bleach. The Bleach when it's Ichigo and he turns into the boss of Lord A.
I was so pissed off because there was a meme that somebody posted this morning, and they sit there and
That's nice.
they had a picture of DBZ as like the head of like some temple, like monument, like sculpture.
Yeah, I saw that. I
Yeah,
saw your
and-
comment on that. Yeah.
and they put DBZ and everything. I was like, why the fuck wasn't Bleach included
Yeah.
up on that pedestal? Because Bleach, Naruto, and freaking One Piece are the big three.
They are
There's-
the big three.
there's
Dragon Ball
no-
Z
there's
came
no
out
escape.
way earlier. So
Yeah,
it's
but
not-
They're like-
see,
but they're like
the way I look at it is, like there were other anime that were on
like, what?
Toonami, because Toonami is what made anime popular over here,
Yeah.
and there were other anime that were on
Yeah.
Toonami, but I seriously feel like DBZ, that was like the anime on Toonami.
Yeah, that's
That was
what
like-
started the other.
That's what got
animes.
everybody to in my opinion to like make it as popular over here as
Yeah.
it was. I feel like if DBZ hadn't been on Toonami, that most of those shows would have been forgotten by the time Toonami went off the air.
And like, if you want to say like the big three of that time period, it would have been like Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, and
Oh, man,
Samurai
I-
Champloo.
Shampoo.
You know. Yeah, and
I'd go Sailor Moon. I'd say Sailor Moon.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
Dragon Ball
like
Z.
Rurouni
Where's-
Kenshin, that's
Yeah,
what got
Rurouni
me in.
Kenshin.
Into this
You know what
Uh,
show I can't believe they
Flame
used to
Rebecca.
they
Ever
had
watched that?
they had on Toonami. Like
Stigmata.
after I'd get off of school, they had Tenchi Muyo on there.
Oh, Tension.
That is not a show for kids.
No.
And they had that on
No.
Toonami.
no.
Oh, that was a good show.
And then
That was
when I was a kid coming home, like not on Toonami, but they also had on was it like Fox or as like the afternoon cartoons. They had Ronin Warriors.
hmm
Dude, I fucking I fucks with that. That was like
I think I bought. Hold on, let me check because I know the original like DVDs were out of print, but I think I got re-released on Blu-ray. I think I just own so much stuff. Let me check.
But you have it all cataloged.
I do. That's what I'm looking up right now.
Oh, that's 1988.
what
Ronin Warriors.
Ronin Warriors. Yeah.
Yep, Samurai Troopers, Ronin Warriors, complete
Then you
series.
had Samurai Pizza Cats.
I think that's it. Ronin Warriors.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's what I got that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I remember watching
Ooh,
Digimon.
Escaflowne.
Escaflowne is good.
That was I watched the movie first and then watched the anime series because the movie came out on Toonami and then I found out that it was an anime series and I was
That's
like,
hilarious.
Sounds like,
Like,
a
what?
prescription medication.
Where does
Do not take
Dragon
Escaflowne
Dragons
if
and
you've
One
experienced
Piece
heartburn in the past 4 days.
That's where I'm.
Diarrhea, fever.
One of my favorite mangas is Darling in the Franxx, and I'm finally getting. I ended up finding a small backpack that had that was from it, and I was like, yes. But I finally got my boyfriend to start watching it. He's because it's basically these like kids that are like in these robots
Disturbing.
fighting robots, and how it has to be a male and a female in the robot, and
oh yes, yeah.
and how like their position is
Yeah,
very, very peculiar, and then like the terminology, and
Yeah.
my boyfriend's like, "What are you having me watch?"
Am I
And then
watching
sure enough,
porn?
he's like almost at the last
He's
episode, and I'm
engrossed
like,
in it.
"I told you, it's really, really good."
Have you watched Food Wars?
Yes.
I watched the first season. Or no, I didn't even complete the first season, but I did really like it.
Yeah,
I
I
like
have.
the animation
What
too.
about do you ever watch Kenshin's Strongest Word?
Oh yeah.
Strongest History of the
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
That was a really good one.
Have you ever watched?
That was-
I really like the comedy animes too. Like, haven't you heard on Sakamoto?
Yes.
Has you
No, I
watched
haven't.
Ooh,
that?
what
That's
about
really
Full
funny.
Panic?
Full Metal Panic. That's a good one.
Oh,
That was one of the first I watched outside of Toonami. When I got like the on-demand stuff that they used
Yep.
to do on the cable, that was one of the first I watched besides
now,
stuff they showed on
what was
Toonami.
it, Elfenlied?
Elfenlied. Yeah, that was.
Oh, man.
That one, that's a fuck you.
Hey! I don't know what. Sorry. I thought she was going after the brownies. Have you watched The Disastrous Life of Psyche K?
Oh, that's a good one.
That was really
but I
good
know
too.
it-
They
yeah.
did a fun crossover in the manga
Yeah.
with One Punch Man. That was really funny. They were fighting over coffee jelly or something like
Toriko? Did you ever watch
It's
that?
like I didn't know if that was your tail.
Oh, maybe.
Um,
Is it the slice of life anime?
No,
no,
it's
no.
kind of it's a show-in. But Toriko is like it's like a food. He's a culinary fighter.
It sounds familiar.
God, I can't remember what the hell.
Doesn't he fight some kind of like giant fish or something in the first episode?
He fights. His fighting technique is called fork and knife.
Yeah. I think I've seen that before.
And
Yeah.
his name is Toriko, but I can't remember what the hell the name of the manga or the anime is. But anyways, they did a crossover between him, DBZ, and One Piece.
I think I've seen that one.
And
Yeah, I've seen that crossover.
That was
Yeah.
really cool. Because they're like, the whole show was like ridiculously stupid. It was like One Piece, but I think better, honestly, because it was more precise on like the storyline. What about Sakura Reloaded?
I don't think I've watched that.
That was a good one too.
Me and Robert, we finished Chainsaw Man, and so I ended up reading all the chapters of the manga. It was really, really good.
People. So
I was very surprised.
when that first came out, people were super mad about that because there's a scene from the manga where you can see. I haven't read it yet, but there's a scene where you can see the girl's feet in the
and
manga,
they
and then
included
the anime. They had the scene in, but they cut her feet off the screen.
Yeah.
And people were so mad about that.
I was laughing about that, but there's like specific scenes in how it's drawn in the manga, and it's just like so picturesque and it's so good that there's this one scene where they're like in hell, and all of a sudden like this devil comes out, and like you just see. I have a picture of it because I like it so much.
Have you watched Blood Lad?
Oh, I
love that scene where he's in the ring to fight. He starts doing the Kamehameha.
That wasn't the ring. That was in the desert.
Oh, within yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So my brother, he got me.
I'd make that a T-shirt.
He got me pins, so it's just them like that, and I was like so excited. I was like, oh my god, this is the best, because I told him, I was like, that scene is so cool, and so he found the astronaut pins, and so he bought them for me, and I was like,
that's cool.
Best Christmas present ever.
They had this really cool scene in the new Bleach episodes where it was like a flashback, and it was showing Ichigo's dad meeting his mom for the first time, and they're fighting this hollow, and the hollow is charging at her, and she just stands there and lets it get real close to her, and it bites her.
Oh.
And then she shoots it right in the head. That was so awesome.
That was really cool.
So,
Robert just watched that episode, and I was like, man, I haven't read Bleach in so long, but I was like, I specifically remember that being so cool.
Did you guys know that Goblin Slayer is getting a second season?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I still need to finish the first one. I've been
We
slacking.
got really off topic. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, we better.
All right.
I'm very sorry.
It takes you guys about 20 or 30 minutes to walk through the forest. As you guys walk through, you notice that the forest itself is actually really pristine and pretty. You can see that life in this forest hasn't been disturbed via logging or anything like that, possibly because of the massive trees that are in the area. After a while, you guys start to hear water running, like a brook or a stream. You can see that Philip has started taking you down a small, hilled area. As he does, it gets rocky, and you can start to see water running. As you get closer to the water bank, you can actually see the water itself is pristine. It's crystal clear. There's small fish swimming around inside of it. As the ogre gets closer to the water edge, he kind of sniffs a little bit, kind of grunts, and then slowly walks into the water, going upstream. It takes you guys about another 5 or 10 minutes to kind of come around a bend, and you can see what looks to be two other of these red ogre creatures standing outside of what looks to be like a natural cave of some sort. At first, it looks like just a cave that has been naturally formed, but as you guys get closer, you can actually see what looks to be a hollowed out area, and then giant doors that are behind deeper. It's kind of lit by some torches. Of course, when I say torches, these things look like massive fucking branches.
I was like, it's just a branch.
Yeah. As they're hanging and burning, the light that is emanating from them It doesn't really reflect all of the door as you get closer to it, as the door is just massive. As Philip leads you in the group up, the two ogres that are looking there kind of bow their heads a little bit as Philip walks through, kind of noting that Philip has some sway. Maybe he's higher ranking, or maybe a higher guard of some sort, but he definitely does demand and command respect when he walked through. Takes you guys a few seconds to get to the doors. As you do, Philip and one of the other red ogres go to either side of the double doors, and they push it open. It doesn't look like an easy feat as they start to slowly creak it open. But once they get a little bit more momentum pushed into it, it finally swings all the way open. As it does, it opens up into a very unique looking space that almost gives off not so much a temple-esque kind of feel, but definitely something that has been crafted well. The floors look like they have almost marble style flooring. Even though it's not marble, it's mostly just sandstone, but it does have that feel of marble. If someone were to take, like, maybe a slime and throw it over and then freeze it, then it would look like marble, but it's definitely coarse and kind of blocky, but beautiful nonetheless. There are giant pillars that kind of go up to the ceiling of this cathedral-halled chasm. As you get in, you can actually see what looks to be like outcroppings, almost like windows on the sides. No light coming in from these windows, but they're kind of blocked off by stone. But
I was gonna say, like, it's just stone on the outside of these windows.
But they do have crossbars, like where window panes would be put in. You can even see what looks to be like bench seating on either side as you walk in. As you get a little bit closer, you can see stairs kind of descending down into this area. At first it's dark, but as you get closer, you can actually start to see light coming up from below, and you can see braziers. Yeah.
Braziers hold completely different things.
Hey, they're hot boobies. No, they're on fire. As you see these lit up as they kind of wind down a little bit deeper in.
Just picturing braziers on fire now.
You can actually then see what looks to be like houses. They're not well built, but they are of stone and brick, almost looking like a dwarven dwelling for the most part. They do have similarities, but they are not well crafted like a dwarven stronghold would be. As you get a little bit further down, you can see what looks to be like a much bigger building underneath this area, and you can actually see now on the back side there's a giant looks to be like a crystal behind this building that's kind of shedding light emanating from the back wall. It's kind of backwashing everything, kind of giving enough light throughout the cavern for everyone to kind of do their normal routines. You can even see female ogres running around doing normal chores for the most part, taking clothes off of clotheslines. Some are down by the winding river that is flowing from the entrance of the cave down into the areas like wading pools and stuff. You can see ogre men carrying things, moving around carts that are shaftily crafted, but still crafted nonetheless. And you start to begin to walk down. After a few moments, you notice that there are quite a few eyes on you. There's a lot of attention being brought to you.
I'm just gonna smile and wave.
As you get closer to the bigger building, you get there, you can see a couple of those bruisers standing out front as they kind of stop Philip. What is your purpose? One of them kind of hisses.
What is your quest?
Philip looks at him. See, Chief, he deal with individuals. The other one just growls lowly. When he does, it almost echoes through the cavern. Everyone go ahead and make me an intelligence check.
You're being awfully trusting.
No, something. Intelligence.
It's the smartest I've ever been.
16.
Hey, me
17.
too.
Nice.
16.
14. 8.
8. All of you except for Bond kind of get the feeling that when they grunt and they growl, it's almost like a form of communication, not just to the individuals around them, but to everyone else too. It's like they have their own language outside of talking common that you found. You don't know what it means or what its like intended purpose is, but when they do, everyone kind of starts to walk away and go about their business, not really saying anything else.
Does it sound all like giant? Does that language, does it sound all like giant?
Probably parts of it would sound like giant.
It's like a weird dialect.
Yeah, it's almost like an offshoot in and of itself, which then kind of leaves you a little baffled.
Ay, como mucho.
So, as you guys are entered into the next building, it doesn't have anything in the way of monetary furnishment. There's no like nice chairs, there's no real pottery, there's no decorations on the wall. It's all pretty drab as you guys come in, but you do see on the back end what looks to be like a giant chair that's sitting on the back. As you guys are led in to the area, let me pull up the map. Oh, I forgot to upload that picture.
I'm sorry. It's just so funny that Percival was dragged with us, and now we're in here meeting with them. It's so
He
funny.
needs to learn how things are done.
Well, he
Every
knows
creature in here
things.
is sniffing and grunting at him.
Mm-hmm.
He's on my hip.
We may have to sacrifice someone to the
He's doing a
chief.
good job not saying anything.
Looking around like he's a little kid.
Got him in a baby Bjorn.
One of those like slings.
Yeah. Where he's facing outward, but like strapped to the front of you.
Alright. So as you guys are led into this part of the building, on the back end you can see a giant chair. You notice that there's actually a very interesting yet maybe disturbing depiction on the back wall of this entranceway behind this giant chair. It almost looks a giant lizard, not a dragon, like a giant lizard, almost kind of representing a little bit of the basilisk that you guys fought, but doesn't look quite like that. And then you also notice in the center of the room, down the bottom, there's also another one of these depictions, kind of with a cross or maybe even a sword of some sort going through the backside of this creature's giant head. You can even see what looks to be like bones kind of scattered about this room. Some of them look like they're just like meat bones or other type of creatures that have just been sprawled out. if you were to put it in terms of like a mead hall of some sort, where it's just messy, you know. Looks like they've have lots of gatherings, lots of things happen here in this meeting area. And let me get. I think I have it already saved. Nope, I only have the one. Shit. I had everyone. Ooh.
As we're walking through there and hearing the creatures grunting and what sounds sort of familiar, I asked Kaz and Giant if that language they're speaking sounds like Giant to him. Like I can't quite pick up what they're saying, but
Yeah,
I
I'll
recognize parts of it.
I'll respond in the affirmative to that. But I definitely hear the.
And I'm saying it in Giant, like loud enough for anything around me to hear.
Go ahead and make a perception check. 16. You do notice some of the bruisers kind of look at you.
Just nod at them if they're looking at me, making eye contact. Just nod at them and say, I'll try saying "well met, brother," and Giant loud enough for them to hear.
As you say that, one of them kind of looks at you and kind of like gets closer to you. As he does, Philip kind of looks at him and growls back at him, and he kind of steps back.
I'm try to stand up a little taller.
And he just kind of, Philip looks at you. Mind words. Dialect not same.
What did I say?
You said his mother looks pretty.
He was mad about that?
Maybe
Mother
he
is
said.
actually quite very ugly.
So you're a liar.
Is he saying that to me in Giant?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when he said it with like reverence, like his mother is ugly, like
They appreciate.
they appreciate the
yeah.
ugliness. Yes.
Yeah. How do I say that his mother is an ugly bitch?
Just like that.
Comments about the big fat bitch, the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. Oh, fuck. Grow, my monster, grow. Alright. Yeah. That looks terrifying enough. I mean, it looks good.
Oh boy. We're too dumb to be scared.
Wow.
There you go. As you guys are entered, Philip walks basically to the center in front of this towering creature. He doesn't look like the red ogres, but he doesn't not look like them. He's more of a bluer looking than the red ones. And he looks almost like a cross between the bruisers and the red ogres themselves, just in appearance. As Philip walks up to him, he kind of gets down on one knee and looks at him. Chief, bring you individuals that were in the woods. They have been in the human area. They ask questions. I know not to make decisions. Defer to Chief.
Is he speaking in common?
No.
Got it.
You understand him, though. For the most part, you get the gist of what he's saying. He's not like he sold you out, but he basically said that he's not gonna like stop anything that the chief says. So if the chief says, "No, kill him," he's gonna be like, "Okay, cool." Oh,
It's another blast
all right. The chief sits there and looks at Philip, and he kind of takes one step off of his throne and kind of gets down close to him and puts a hand on his shoulder. And you kind of just hear this almost ominous roar just bellow from his gullet as he sits there and he growls at Philip. And then Philip kind of looks up at him and then bows his head again and then stands up and kind of walks back towards you and looks at you, Pele. Chief will listen.
Thank you, Philip. And so Pele is going to come and stand over here, and, like, look back at her friends, look at this guy, and say, "I apologize. I speak different languages that are native to my tongue, so I apologize to be coming here to not speak the language that you know, or that is native to your guys' land. But we come here and to want to support you guys on getting back what was stolen from you." And Philip explained that, you know, it was yours and it was stolen and it is your guys' right to take it back. And we would like to minimize as many casualties of innocence in the way as possible, and those that are not innocent to bring back to you to answer for their crimes.
As you see him kind of almost get taken aback, but he stands up to his full height. As he kind of looks at you, this creature is before you is towering. Kaz, you've seen giants, and in the back of your mind, what you're seeing before you kind of resembles giants that you've seen around your village. Not that this individual reminds you of them, but just like the presence that he exudes from his body. He kind of just but as he laughs, you can just feel the vibration just wash over you as he does, and he kind of just takes his freaking battle hammer or club that he has, and you just see him kind of put it on the ground. As it does, it just makes this massive sound. But he looked like he effortlessly just plopped it on the ground next to his chair, and he kind of just sits back and kind of slumps down a little bit. So, you come here to make peace, not war. And as he says this, it's almost as if it's elegant. It's not broken like Philip's. It's no grunting. He is speaking perfect common to you, almost with a hint of a more vibratoed expression. Well, you speak of justice, and yes, what the humans have taken from us is rightfully ours, and we shall have it back. I've already assembled 2 other clans to come and wipe them off the face of this planet. That is our justice. Now, you say minimize innocent. But where is our innocent? As he kind of leans forward and looks down at you, and as he does, his eyes kind of glow, almost like a fiery ember, with a little bit of a twinkle, as he kind of can see that you all are not the normal individuals that he's used to interacting with. I need all of you to go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Need that Tides of Chaos.
Not 20.
Nice.
21.
11.
27.
Oh.
Jesus.
Intimidation.
I picked the dice that actually rolled in the double digits.
What you get?
I got 20, I got a 27.
So,
I'm like, all
what did
getting
you
ready
have?
for it. Like,
An 11.
11.
I'm just going, yeah, after whatever they do.
Don got intimidated by all the rest of them.
Yeah.
Are you scared of us now?
Someone roll for Philip, please. And he's got a +1.
Philip is.
Percival, you mean?
Or Percival.
He ain't taking a shit. He's got 19.
Ah!
I don't care if I
It's
die.
because I got him swaddled.
Hey.
He feels safe.
Yeah.
He just kind of burrows into my
Swaddling,
chest.
he feels safe.
As you feel this just wave of energy when his eyes lit up, he kind of is taken back.
His hair starts like burning brighter.
I can see you are not intimidated, which is good. If you had, I would have killed you all. Weakness is not something we take very kindly.
I was gonna say you could try.
It would not be a try. It would definitely be a grave for very many people.
Yeah, the axe you could just like flat down, just like flies.
I think he knows how to kill us all. If he
Yeah, I don't need to tell him.
Don't need to help
As he
him with
now
that.
he stretches his legs a little bit out in front of him, almost crossing them down at the end. His thighs won't touch because he's just fucking so as he sits there and he, what to do with you? Why were you in the forest in the first place? Do not lie to me.
We were out there because we heard that the village was being attacked, and you know, we want to help in any way that we can, and we were coming to investigate to see if we could see what was attacking the village. And I ran into Philip in the tree when I was scouting, and we got to talking. And you know, you think that a monster is a monster, but if you just have a conversation, you realize that there's a reason behind most deeds.
What makes a monster, I wonder?
Name like manure.
I don't
Yeah.
know a monster named Manure, but it sounds like shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Somebody that raises the
is
dead.
this true, Philip? As he looks at Philip, and Philip kind of looks down and then looks up and kind of nods ever so slightly. What of the human you have there, cradled in the big man's arms? Is he for us?
Percival? Oh, no, we were just teaching him a lesson of humility.
Percival's just like, kind of clenching freaking calves. He's kind of got his face a little bit in his bosom.
We need to send him back to society reformed and understanding what respect is to his others.
As he kind of just waves you off and like, he's just like cuddling up with Cat. He's like, yeah, this is good. I'm not scared at all. Well, let me tell you a story. I like stories. Do you like stories?
I do, and I get ready to sit.
Did you sit?
Yep.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, I'll I'll take off my backpack and set it down and just put my hands up and just gonna.
I'm gonna take out my drum too and set it in front of me.
You-
So like, as the story goes, strum along.
Hey Kaz, what do you do with Sir Percival?
You know how sometimes when you sit on the ground with a baby and they're sitting in your lap and you kind of like grab their little arms and you're like kind of like clapping.
Oh.
I don't know if Percival's humiliated or he's just enjoying the fucking ride at this point.
Do you long for human contact or what passes for
It's like hugging a teddy bear.
Kaz has got a new boyfriend. Alright. Mommy.
Daddy cat.
As he watches you all sit down, he almost cracks a smile, but not like in a like I'm gonna kill you smile, but more of like this is kind of enjoyable that you guys are gonna sit in like almost like a semicircle, like you're in kindergarten again, learning about something.
Do you mind if I do some magic while you tell stories?
Would prefer.
Stories inspire creativity. I'll give you what I make when I'm done.
Very well. As he kind of grunts slowly to the two ogres on either side of him, and they kind of get down low, hand reaching down and just touching the pommel of their swords, but they look like they're ready to strike at any point.
I just take out 100 gold pieces and then I take out out of my bag of holding. I pull out the giant tooth that has the rune for vitality on it, and I just lay it on the ground. Just continue.
So, long ago, my people owned this forest. I say owned, but more like we've just lived here forever. As such, we
My man.
used to live in the trees. We used to live out on the plains. And then the humans started to come. At first they wanted to trade with us, but apparently we are not smart as them. They call us barbarian or monsters and started to hunt us and kill us. So we retreated further into the forest. And of course, the humans, they were not satisfied with what they had and started to come in more. And it wasn't just humans, it was other races. The draconic, the halflings, the elves, everyone. At some point in time, we found this home. And we've been living here for probably the last 200-300 years. Not bothering anyone. We would go out and forage and do things, not to interact with humans, as we have decreed that they are filthy beings and should not be trusted. Unbeknownst to me, a couple of individuals, I shall not name names, as he kind of like has a cold, steely face, just remembering the individuals for a moment. They decided to, what's the human expression? Usurp my authority and made deals with the lesser beings. As such, humans came and waged war against us, pushed us back again. But this time, they did not just leave after we fended them off. They took things that are ours, things that we will have back. As he sits there and he kind of looks behind him and whistles, and as he does, you can see a group of probably 4 or 5 young red ogres start to come out, and they all stand behind his chair and kind of like peek around and look, followed by 2 of the more uglier and bigger female red ogres that you've seen. walking around the town as they kind of follow behind, somber but respectful, and stand behind the chair with the Overlord. You see, what they took was our future, and these are our future. And he points down to one of them, and his finger is literally as big as one of the kids' hands that grabs it. So, when I say we will have our justice, we will have our day in the sun, and we will crush all of them. There is no innocent there. They have what is ours, and we will get it by any means. Now, end of story. What to do with you?
So, they stole your children?
Yes, they have stunned it away with our young.
What?
I'd kind of like it if you let us go so we can go kick their ass for you.
What despicable, loathsome, trashy,
How many children?
That's why his name's
In
Manure.
total,
right?
50.
50?
kids.
When?
About 4 fortnights ago. Which, someone go ahead and make me an intelligence check.
I was like, that's what I have when
Yeah.
Manure came back.
19?
Yes. As you remember, that is when Lord Manure came into.
Yep.
But we hadn't heard anything.
I need to come up
about
with some
that when
good,
we were
like,
in town.
alliteration
haven't
insults
heard
for his
anything
name
about
when we can
15.
finally get there and get to fight him.
Because I assume they're about medium-sized
Bear and bowel
creatures
movement.
Yeah.
to him. I mean, to us.
Yeah. I mean, they look like almost full-size adults to you.
Yeah.
His first name was Charles, if that helps you.
Truck shit.
Pele's gonna look
Charles
directly.
shit.
Pele's gonna look directly at Kaz and message him and be like,
You can just lean over and whisper.
I'm like way ahead. I'm like still all the way up there. And just to like, this sounds like that slave trade at the docks back in that town that I can't remember the name of.
I don't remember either.
Yeah. We were there forever.
Either.
We were there forever. Pele will turn back to the chief and say, you know, this sounds extremely familiar to these humans that we killed that were kidnapping children and using them for experiments.
As soon as you said experiments, freaking the 2 females behind you almost lunge forward as he kind of puts his hands up to stop them.
Now, we killed those guys. And I don't got a problem killing more guys that are doing that.
We're looking for more of them so we can just kind of eradicate their system.
We're talking about the same guys that bonked me, right?
Yeah.
Little Bonnie.
Because, like, you guys are, you know, like, you got the other clan coming in. You could probably take out this city, but you're awful close to the capital. And they're going to find out.
Let them find out.
I don't think you want that, or else there is no future.
And we would really like to help you out. I know that you guys want your revenge, and you guys deserve it. But if there's a way that we can help it where there's not more war brought to you and there's not more of your children hurt, we would love to be able to do that.
Think of us like a weapon that you're going to point at what you want taken out.
And we really, really like killing the bad guys.
And we're really good weapons.
And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh!
I'll just say before I forget that the whole time he was telling that story, Swager had taken out the 100 gold coins, like a mix of gold, copper, and silver coins. And as he's talking, Swager would like turn a big layer of gold and just like coat the entire tooth in the gold layer.
Mm-hmm.
And then as he's talking and telling the story and talking about the trees, he would take like so you just take silver and copper and do like a filigree with basically telling the story with like giant runes on like along the way. Like lined around the outside with like copper inlaid trees. And when he's done with the story, I'll pick it up off the ground. It's about the size of this TV probably, and just walk it up to him. He's probably dwarfing me too at this point.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
it, like 20 or 30 feet tall?
Yeah, he's about 20 or 30. He is giant. Yeah. And a monstrosity at that.
Well, I apologize for your future, but at least allow me to give you your past.
As he looks at you, he kind of sniffs and then growls low, and you kind of see the astral cavern and other giants.
My heart.
So, like we do with every session, what do you guys like, dislike, think that can be improved? We'll go around the room. Silas?
I don't like my dice.
Sorry.
One good roll. Oh, freaking dice.
When you said roll an intelligence check, I laughed and went, and it rolled a 4.
Next time, don't call your dice.
That's why I just that's why I stayed
You
quiet.
could have re-rolled.
Huh?
You had your advantage. You could have re-rolled.
Oh, I wasn't the one really being asked. I just thought it was funny because intelligence is not my strong suit.
All right. What did you like, dislike?
I like the bit of a twist there of expectations.
I like not having to fight things.
When to go fight, and then he said my
It's
favorite
an
phrase: "I'm just a spear to be aimed at the thing."
Honestly, I
Except
like
I
Sir,
say it because
I like
I don't
Sir
know what I'm
Philip. I
supposed
thought
to do.
he was actually the NPC of the night.
Percival.
Yeah.
Philip was great too. I like.
Well,
I like
Percival
that.
knows stuff.
Also,
and-
I liked how the chief ogre started calling him Philip too.
Yeah.
He just rolled with it. Okay, your name's Philip now. Yeah.
In common, that is your common name now.
The
Now
fire
he's like,
girl
"Dang
gave
it."
you a name.
So,
Chief
Sway-
said, "I'm Philip. I'm Philip."
Yeah, I really like being put in situations where I have to be like careful with